It's on Westwood 1.
Shotgun, Rodgers. Hall to his left. Jets trying to add to their lead. Fake the handoff. Rodgers to his right. Throwing. Caught. Touchdown. Terrific grab by Garrett Wilson for the score.
Harris a lone setback. We'll get the pitch. The Steelers trying to seal the edge. Najee, able to slide inside one tackle. Get down the sideline. Najee Harris racing towards the end zone. Sprawls out. Is he in? Touchdown Steelers. What a run by Najee Harris.
Now it's time for Sunday Night Football. Let's head to the stadium and join Ryan Radke and Ross Tucker.
We welcome you to Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh for Week 7 of Sunday Night Football as the 4-2 Pittsburgh Steelers with Russell Wilson at quarterback host the 2-4 New York Jets, who now boast Davante Adams in their receiver corps. Tonight's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood 1 is sponsored by Wrangler, by BetMGM, by Indeed.com, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, and by the official NFL app. Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Radke along with Ross Tucker. Scott Graham will join us shortly from our Westwood 1 studios. The eyes of the NFL are focused on the Steel City tonight after these two teams controlled the headlines this week. The Jets made another splash move, bringing in Davante Adams from the Raiders, while the Steelers are reportedly poised to make a change at quarterback, starting Russell Wilson for the first time this season and sending Justin Fields to the bench. Ross, let's start with the move for the home team. Fields had led Pittsburgh to a 4-2 start, but Mike Tomlin pulls the trigger. He goes to the veteran Russell Wilson. What do you think of the move? What do you think Mike Tomlin is hoping to get out of the move for his team?
Well, I don't like the move, if you're asking me that. I will say I think it's very gutsy by Mike Tomlin to do this. You know, I guess if you're asking me, Ryan, I would have stuck with Fields. If he struggled, then you bench Fields and you put Wilson in. I don't know that I would have wanted to mess with a team coming off a 20-point victory, but I give Tomlin a lot of credit. I think he saw some open receivers that were not getting the ball thrown to them. I think that Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator for Pittsburgh, realizes that Fields was not operating the offense the way they needed to. They think they can get better at that position. They're giving it a chance tonight. I think everybody's curious to see how Wilson looks.
First time in the Super Bowl era that a quarterback has started a season 4-2 and not been the starter for Week 7. The Jets have been a busy team. Last week they fire Robert Saleh, they demote Nathaniel Hackett. This week they make the trade to reunite Davante Adams with Aaron Rodgers. I'll ask you the same thing. What do you think of the move? How much do you think it helps the Jets, Ross?
Well, it can't hurt, right? And these are desperate times for the New York Jets. We know that their general manager, Joe Douglas, is in the last year of his contract. They've kind of gone all in with Aaron Rodgers as their starting quarterback in his 40s. They've already fired the head coach. You might as well trade for Davante Adams. You might as well bring in a guy like Hassan Reddick, who reportedly will be back with the Jets as early as tomorrow. It's 2-4. And I think there are a lot of changes that will be made after this season if the Jets don't find a way to get into the postseason somehow, some way.
We know that Rodgers and Adams have that great connection. For that to happen, though, Rodgers has to stay upright, Ross. The Jets' O-line has been inconsistent. They face a team with T.J. Watt coming on one side. Alex Highsmith is back tonight. How do you see that matchup? Can the Jets' O-line protect Aaron Rodgers against the Steelers' defense?
Well, that's why the Jets are going to have to run it well enough, and Rodgers will have to get the ball out of his hands quickly. That was my big comment when they got Adams, was he can't really help the O-line or D-line that much. They're hoping, though, that Adams does open things up underneath, because now they have two elite receivers.
Much more to come from Pittsburgh as we approach kickoff between the Steelers and the Jets. But when we return, Scott Graham joins us from our Progressive Insurance Studios. Cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more at Progressive.com. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Sometimes a song can make all the difference.
I'd just like to say thank you to The Message for always uplifting my spirit.
Turn to The Message, a channel filled with songs of faith to lift your spirits as the leaves start to fall.
I'll praise you anywhere.
I listen to The Message because it helps me in my everyday life.
The Message gets me through the days every day.
The Message, Channel 65, and home on the SiriusXM app.
Hey,
football fans. This is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from Sunday and getting you ready for a double dose of Monday Night Football as the Ravens take on the Buccaneers and the Chargers battle the Arizona Cardinals.
Plus, we'll talk to Falcons coach Raheem Morris and keep you updated on the latest injury news.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, Sirius XM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
The #1 pro wrestling podcast on the planet is now on YouTube. This is Dave LaGreca from Busted Open. Join us every day to watch in-depth conversations with the biggest names in pro wrestling.
Consistently the best wrestling show.
With Cody Rhodes, Swerve Strickland, Becky Lynch, Goldberg, Ric Flair, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
And so many more. Plus daily breakdowns of the world of wrestling. Subscribe to us now. Search Busted Open on YouTube.
As Dave Matthews Band makes their way into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
well, there's a lot of good company in there.
Dave Matthews shares the artists that inspired him most.
I haven't checked to see if they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Encoring all weekend on DMB Radio.
Sirius XM Channel 30.
Or listen anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Welcome to the Sunday Night Football pregame show on Westwood 1, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood 1 studios, getting you ready for Sunday Night Football tonight, the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's get you updated on what's happened earlier today in Week 7 in the NFL, and we begin in Santa Clara, where the Kansas City Chiefs won their 12th game in a row. Beat the Niners just like they did back in the Super Bowl in February, 28-18 the final in this one. Patrick Mahomes does not throw a touchdown pass in this game, but Kareem Hunt runs for 2, Mahomes runs for 1. Kansas City now the lone unbeaten team in the National Football League. It's 6-0. San Francisco, some injuries on the receiving side. They fall to 3-4. The reason Kansas City's the only unbeaten is because Detroit went to Minnesota today and beat the Vikings. 31-29 the final score in this one. Another great game for Jared Goff. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions as Detroit improves to 5-1. Sam Darnold threw for 259 and a score, but also an interception. Minnesota is also now 5-1. Brandon McManus hit a game-winning 44-yard field goal as time expired in Green Bay today for his new team as the Packers knocked off Houston 24-22. Both teams are now 5-2. Washington beat up on Carolina today 40-7. Jaden Daniels left this game with a rib injury in the first quarter and did not return. But the Washington Commanders now 5-2 to begin the year. Carolina falls to 1-6. Philly went on the road and beat the Giants 28-3 the final. Jalen Hurts runs for a couple of scores, and Saquon Barkley in his return to the Meadowlands, 176 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. Philly 4-2, the Giants are 2-5. Seattle won on the road in convincing fashion in Atlanta today, 34-14. Both teams are now 4-3. Buffalo scored 27 unanswered points in the second half. They beat Tennessee 34-10 today. The Bills now 5-2. Tennessee is 1-5. Cincinnati over Cleveland today, 21-14 the final. Couple touchdown passes from Joe Burrow as the Bengals improve to 3-4. Cleveland loses to Deshaun Watson in this game. They are now 1-6. Indy held off Miami today 16-10 in Indianapolis. Also, it was Jacksonville knocking off New England overseas at Wembley Stadium 32-16, and the Rams beat Vegas 20-15 the final today. We're working our way toward kickoff of Sunday Night Football. Time now to hear from Nick Costos of BetQL Network with some of the numbers our listeners might be interested in for tonight's matchup between the Jets and the Steelers. Nick?
Thanks, Scott. The spread for Sunday Night Football sees Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets a 2.5-point road favorite over Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The total is 40. And there's been tons of news around these two teams this week, and the betting market has reacted by betting the Jets. New York opened a 1.5-point road favorite, and today on game day, New York has been close to going to a full -3, with bettors clearly in favor of the Jets trade for star receiver Devontae Adams. On the flip side, the betting market not enthused with Mike Tomlin's decision to bench Justin Fields for Wilson. If you agree with bettors, 2.5, not a rich price to lay with the Jets, but if you think Russ is an upgrade on Fields, you should consider the Steelers. As for props, Devontae's yardage number tonight, 56.5. He went over that number in 2 of 3 games this season with the Raiders and is a favorite target of Rodgers. I'm Nick Costos from the BetQL Network, sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. Scott, back to you.
All right, thank you, Nick. As we continue with the pregame show, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin's going to tell you what went behind his decision to make the change at quarterback. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members now and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. I love it. I love it because it's daily fantasy. And it's easy, and it's fun. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager, and visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. From the Progressive Insurance Studios, I'm Scott Graham. Offering auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. Get you ready for the Jets and the Steelers. New York coming in, losers of 3 straight games, but Aaron Rodgers gets Devontae Adams back tonight. Adams in his career has caught 96 touchdowns in the regular season, 68 of them from Aaron Rodgers. And Rodgers is hoping a little of that magic comes back again tonight.
I expect to be on the same page, and I'm hoping that we click. You know, he's been out for a few weeks with an injury, and we haven't played together since 2021. But we have a lot of memories to call upon. That's a gift. You know, we got years of good plays to recall in the moment. But you know, we got to get him up to speed on the verbiage and some of the new signals and new route concepts that we run.
On the other side, as you heard at the top, Pittsburgh making a change at quarterback as Russell Wilson takes over. I talked with Mike Tomlin this week, now in his 18th year as the head coach, and I asked him, when you have 2 quarterbacks with starting experience in the NFL, how difficult does that make your life in decisions like this as a head coach?
You know, it's a first world problem, as they say. You know, I'd rather manage those issues than manage not having enough capable candidates. The positive of it is obvious. You know, we've really got 2 capable starter guys and legitimately capable starter guys. But there's some things to manage, not only in them, but in the collective. They're both QB1 capable. But a component of this thing is getting the opportunity to evaluate both guys and not being in a second guess posture or wondering the what ifs. And so, you know, that's why I've gone through some of the things that I've gone through in terms of making sure that Russ gets an opportunity and weighing those possibilities out, because when we get down the stretch of this thing, as the road gets narrow, the back half of our schedule is division opponent laden and hopefully into the single elimination tournament. We can't have space for wondering and second guessing, and we won't.
You said something interesting this week, too, when people were asking you about your quarterback situation and the fact that this is designed to be competitive. It's not only a competitive league, but it's competitive. I think people lose sight of the fact, you know, you break camp and, well, this is your team. But talk a little bit about how a roster remains a competitive, moving thing throughout the course of 17 games.
It's no question. I laugh sometimes, to be quite honest with you, at some of the questioning I get about entitlement and things of that nature. Why have you not named so-and-so QB1? Hasn't he not done enough? Like, no, we're not in an entitlement business, man. We got to earn it daily. I just think when we strip ourselves of all that entitlement, man, we really got an opportunity to do what needs to be done individually and collectively. And so, you know, I don't know that we all share that perspective. Me, I occupy this role, and thankfully I've been able to occupy this role for a long time, but I don't have an entitled approach to it.
Regardless of his age and the fact that he's been around the block quite a bit, is there still something to facing Aaron Rodgers that focuses things just a little bit more, knowing what he's capable of doing?
No question. And particularly for the players. You know, we got young guys in our secondary like Joey Porter Jr. and Beanie Bishop. Man, these guys grew up watching this guy, you know, and so you respect it from that perspective. But it's not only being mesmerized by his resume and what he's done in the past. I mean, let's be honest, man. It's about what he's capable of doing today, what he's capable of doing this weekend. That's also stimulating. He still is a very, very good quarterback. His ability to distribute the ball, to know where everyone is, to challenge defenses schematically when he chooses is impressive.
Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers, of course, have a history meeting back in Super Bowl 45, but the level of respect in both directions goes a long way back. Got the opening kickoff coming up. We're going to rejoin Ryan Racky and Ross Tucker in Pittsburgh when we return. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What's up, college football fans? It's Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich here from Gramlich and McLean. Wake up with us every single morning on SiriusXM Channel 371.
Join us each day at 7 a.m. to get the most in-depth ACC football coverage. We're giving you post-game recaps, player and coach interviews, as well as picks for your favorite team each and every week.
Coast-to-coast coverage every single day. It's football season, baby. Let's go.
Gramlich and McLean, weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern on ACC Radio, SiriusXM Channel 371.
Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Mark Andrews.
Battle Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He breaks another tackle. Got way down the sideline outside the numbers to the 10. 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Ravens call on Sirius 83 XM 225. The Bucs call on Sirius 162 XM 226. In the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on Sirius XM FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every pulse-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
From the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Manchester United turn it round.
All on your radio home for that beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
The Premier League lives on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Caught by down to the 10 to the 5. Welcome to the NFL. Touchdown Chargers.
Take on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Murray fires middle of the field. Caught Wilson into the end zone. Touchdown.
Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hear the national broadcast on Sirius 161 XM 230. The Chargers call on Sirius 85 XM 228. The Cardinals call on Sirius 158 XM 229. In the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Kohl's.
Sanchez in the shotgun. Blitz comes. Sanchez pump. Throw. Ball got knocked loose. It's knocked loose. Pittsburgh has a chance to pick it up. They do. And running down the left sideline. Going in. Touchdown. Touchdown, a 19-yard return by William Gay. And the Steelers are pouring it on. It's 23-0.
Dave Sims and James Lofton right here on Westwood One from the 2010 AFC Championship game between the Steelers and the Jets. Right after a touchdown run from Ben Roethlisberger, William Gay's fumble return helped Pittsburgh build a 24-3 halftime advantage at home. Despite a late push from Mark Sanchez and the Jets, the Steelers held on to win their second AFC title in 3 seasons. With the victory, Mike Tomlin and Pittsburgh advanced to Super Bowl 45. Where they would fall, ironically, to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The Jets, by the way, have not played in a postseason game since their loss to the Steelers nearly 14 years ago. That's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Kohl's. When life gets real, start at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. They've lowered prices on thousands of items store-wide. Kohl's, where families come first. So we get ready for tonight and a key game with a lot of backstories and a lot of intrigue. Let's get you out to the guys who are calling the action tonight in Pittsburgh. Ryan Racky and Ross Tucker, guys.
All right, Scott, beautiful night for football here in the Steel City. 58 degrees, almost no wind, and a sold-out crowd to see the Steelers and the Jets. Let's get Ross Tucker's keys to the game, sponsored by Uline. Success in sports starts with fundamentals. Uline's fundamentals are quality-tested shipping and industrial products always in stock and ready to ship today. That's Uline. Ross, let's start with the road team, the New York Jets. They're 2-4 in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. All 3 of those games have been close. What are the keys for them to get back into the win column tonight?
Well, I feel like we always start with the offensive side of the ball. Let's start with the defense. Get pressure on Russell Wilson. Obviously, it's his first game this year. Hasn't played football in a long time. The speed will be unique for him. If you can get to him, hit him early, you could certainly rattle him. As for the offensive side of the ball, I don't think Breece Hall has to have as big of a game as he did last week against the Bills with almost 170 yards from scrimmage, but they have to run it enough to protect the offensive line, give those guys a chance to hang in there in protection when the Jets do elect to go to the air.
All right, let's talk about the keys for the Steelers. They were here 2 weeks ago on Sunday night. Disappointing loss late to the Cowboys. They bounced back last week with a big win in Las Vegas. They come back home looking for win number 5. What are the keys for Mike Tomlin's team tonight?
Pick up where they left off running the football with Najee Harris. I thought last week might have been his best game of his career against the Raiders. Had 106 yards rushing, but 3 just incredible runs. And we know this Jets run defense is vulnerable. Meanwhile, on defense, how about red zone and turnovers, right? The Steelers typically so good in those 2 areas. The Jets have struggled in the red zone. The Steelers have been unbelievable taking the ball away. If they get a couple turnovers and can hold the Jets to a field goal again, they'll be in good shape.
Steelers will take the field tonight in the iconic black jerseys with white numbers. They have the gold pants with a black stripe, the black helmets with that gold stripe down the middle. Jets, meanwhile, in the white jerseys, they have the green numbers, white pants, green helmets with Jets on either side in white. New York won the toss. They will defer their option to the second half. So we are going to see Russell Wilson and that Pittsburgh offense right away. Time for the opening kickoff, sponsored by T-Mobile. Switch to T-Mobile and you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use their savings calculator to find out how at T-Mobile.com/switch. Greg Zuerlein with the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. He will kick it away from our right to our left. Jalen Warren, Jonathan Ward back deep to return for the Steelers. It is a sold-out crowd. The terrible towels are waving. There are plenty of Jets fans here tonight as well to see the debut of Davante Adams in a Jets uniform. Acquired in a trade with the Raiders this week. Missed the last 3 games with a hamstring injury for Las Vegas, but he is ready to go. We'll see him in a little bit. Zuerlein is on the approach, swings his right leg into the football, and we're underway with an end-over-end kick. That'll sail back into the end zone. Warren's got it a couple of yards deep. He'll drop to his right knee, and here comes the Steelers offense, 1st and 10 at the 30. So Russell Wilson making his season debut here tonight, 13th year out of Wisconsin. Najee Harris coming off a big game last week, 106 yards in the victory in Las Vegas. George Pickens, Calvin Austin, Van Jefferson are the wide receivers. Pat Freiermuth is the tight end. One change for the Steelers up front. Ryan McCollum starts at center tonight for Zach Frazier. 5th different offensive line combination for the Steelers in this their 7th game of the year. Pittsburgh will start 1st and 10 at their own 30 with Wilson under center. High formation. Hayward is the fullback. Receivers left and right. Wilson stands up, puts his hands on either side of his helmet. Brings a receiver in motion from the left, takes the snap. He's back. Here's a handoff to Harris. Starts right, cuts it back between the hash marks. And Najee Harris picks his way forward, picks up about 3, maybe 4. Michael Clemens there on the stop. And that'll bring up 2nd down for the Steelers.
Interesting to see already on the first snap, Ryan, a late stem from the Jets defensive line. That's just when defensive linemen move lateral before the snap to get into a different gap. There's a lot of different reasons you can do that, but one is to present a different picture for the offensive line. You mentioned the new center. They want him to have to change his calls late.
2nd down, 6 from the 34. Wilson back on a play fake. Rolls right, dumps it short, got a man wide open. That's caught across the 40, near sideline 45, and knocked out of bounds up around the 48 is Darnell Washington. It's his 7th catch of the year. He picks up 15. It's a Steeler 1st down.
I love when Washington gets the ball. He's more the blocking tight end. Freiermuth is more the receiving tight end, but Washington, the biggest tight end in the NFL, 6'7", 265. Love when he gets the ball in open space. It's usually off of bootlegs like that.
They gave him progress to the 49. 1st and 10 Pittsburgh. Ball on the near side right hash. Wilson under center takes the snap. Here's a handoff. Harris running right outside the numbers. Across the 50 to the 45. Up the sideline. Sidesteps a tackle. Hit from behind. Keeps his feet inside the Jets 35 and finally knocked out of bounds. Jamie and Sherwood with the tackle, but Najee Harris found room to run, picks up 18, picking up right where he left off a week ago in Vegas.
Well, you said that exactly right. He was fantastic last week against the Raiders, and they got him on the corner. Brandon Echols, who is starting tonight at corner in place of DJ Reed. Anytime you do that as an offense, that's a win. Get your 230-pound running back on their corner. Echols not up to the task.
From the Jets 33, 1st and 10, 2 receivers left, single man right. Wilson in the gun, he's got Harris to his left. Wilson points out to his left, takes the shotgun snap. Blitz coming, it's picked up. Wilson steps up, trying to run. He gets grabbed, gets away, and then falls forward. Maybe got a yard. Boy, it looked like Wilson had an opening, but just as he stepped up, Javon Kinlaw got enough to pull him down. They will give him a gain of 1, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
There was a big open space there, and I think it's a good sign for Russell Wilson's calf that he saw it and he elected to take off. I think he was going to get a nice gain there. That was well done by Kinlaw to grab him with that left hand and yank him down.
Steelers go with 3 tight ends, single receiver left on 2nd down and 9 for the Jets 32. Jalen Warren is in as the running back. Wilson takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Warren running left outside the hash. He pounds his way across the 30 down to the 29. Sherwood and C.J. Mosley combine on the stop. Gain of 3. And now a 3rd down and 6 coming up for Pittsburgh here on the opening drive with 12-12 to go in the first quarter.
I'm a big fan of Jalen Warren too, Ryan. You know who he reminds me of? Remember Doug Martin from the Bucks?
Yes.
The muscle hamster?
Yes.
That's what Jalen Warren's like. Empty set here to start for the Steelers. Anytime empty set with a quarterback with some mobility, you need to be alert for them to use their legs.
Officially a gain of 4, so it's 3rd and 5 from the Jets 28. 3 receivers, bunch to the right. Wilson to the gun. He's got Warren to his left. Play clock down to 3. Wilson moves Warren to his right. Here's the snap. Wilson back, looking, pocket collapsing. Wilson rolling right and has to throw it away, incomplete. So on 3rd down, the Jets able to get in the face of Russell Wilson. He gives up the football, and Chris Boswell and the field goal team coming out, trying to give the Steelers 3 on the opening drive.
So that's a win by the Jets at that point to hold them to a field goal, and I think that was a winning play as well by Russell Wilson. There was nobody open. You can't take a sack in that situation. That might have knocked him out of field goal range. This way, they at least give Boswell, one of the best in the game, a shot.
16 of 17 this year. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Christian Kuntz to snap. Corliss Waitman will hold. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick from Boswell is on the way. It's end over end, and it is good. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. 11:33 to go first quarter. It's the Steelers 3. The Jets will have it when we come back. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Never miss a snap from your favorite school on SiriusXM.
Breaks the tackle. Down the sideline he goes.
The top games across the country are delivered right to you no matter where you are.
Wide open at 25, 15, 10.
From now until Championship Monday, go to SiriusXM.com/college football schedule to find out where to hear your school.
On 4th and 1, that's 53 more.
In your car or streaming on the SiriusXM app.
Tune to SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 all year long to hear expert opinions and analysis from former players, coaches, and executives.
I'm Bruce Murray.
And I'm Rich Gannon.
Join us Monday, noon Eastern Time on the SiriusXM Blitz. We'll recap the Super Bowl rematch between the 49ers and Chiefs, as well as the Vikings, Lions, Texans, Packers, and the new-look Jets after taking on the Steelers.
Plus, we'll discuss the Ravens and the Buccaneers and the Chargers visiting the Cardinals for Monday Night Football and all the other news around the league.
So don't miss the SiriusXM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon. Monday, noon Eastern Time on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday.
1:30 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Straight Talk Wireless 400
from Homestead Miami Speedway on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes!
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Ryan Radke, Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Pittsburgh. Tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 11:33 to go first quarter. Steelers with a 3-0 lead after the 46-yard field goal by Chris Boswell. Caps off a 7-play, 42-yard drive, and now we'll see the Jets offense for the first time. Xavier Gibson and Isaiah Davis back deep to return the Boswell kickoff. Boswell on the approach. End over end kick. This is maybe going to be returnable. Taking a couple of yards deep by Davis. Coming out near side to the 10. 15 across the numbers to the 20 and upended at about the 22. Nice job by Connor Hayward getting down on special teams to make the stop. It's a 24-yard return. And here comes the veteran Aaron Rodgers coming off a season high 294 yards a week ago in that loss to Buffalo. Breece Hall, the starting running back, he had 113 on the ground last week. Devontae Adams, acquired from the Raiders, joins Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard at wide receiver. Tyler Conklin is the tight end. 1st and 10 Jets from their own 22. 2 receivers right, single man left. Adams is wide right, just outside the numbers. Pistol formation, Conklin in motion from left to right. Rodgers looks over the defense, gets the snap. He's going to throw, looking right, throws right side, off the hands of Adams and incomplete. Well, Ross, you figured that first one was going to Devontae Adams. That throw was a little bit wide. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they never should have made the trade, Ryan. It's clear it's not going to work out. It is funny, though. You and I both called it before the game that would probably be the first play. He was open. You know, that's one where you wonder if it's just a little bit of rust between those two because Rodgers threw it more to the outside, whereas Adams kind of settled down in his route.
Trips right on 2nd and 10. Pistol formation again with Hall, the running back. Here's the snap. Hall takes the handoff. Straight ahead left hash. Covers up the football and works his way to the 25. Alex Highsmith back after missing the previous 3 games with injury. Makes the tackle. And now a 3rd down and 7 for New York.
Patrick Queen got in on that one as well. Boy, does he look like a Steeler. I mean, I guess there's probably a lot of carryover between guys that look like Ravens and look like Steelers, but I thoroughly enjoy watching Queen play. He had a season-high 13 tackles last week for the Steelers. He has solidified that off-the-ball middle linebacker spot.
2 receivers right, single man left. Adams in the slot to the right side. Rodgers in the gun on 3rd down and 7. Wants the snap. He's got it back to pass. Pressure coming. Rodgers steps up, looking, under pressure, and down he goes. Inside the 20, Larry Ogunjobi gets in there for his first full sack of the year, and the Jets will punt it away after a 3-and-out. It's a loss of 8 on the sack by Ogunjobi.
Well, and that, I guess they call it a coverage sack, but Rodgers has to get rid of the ball, right? I don't care if there's good coverage by the Steelers or not. You can't hold the ball for 5 seconds and take a sack. That is on Rodgers, not the offensive line.
The veteran Thomas Morstead comes on to punt. Calvin Austin back deep to return. Morstead standing at the 40-yard line. Austin just outside his 35. Morstead averaging just under 48 yards a punt this year. Morstead waits, has the snap chest high, takes his time, gets away a spiraling kick. Fair catch signaled for by Austin and made at the 36-yard line. It's a 47-yard punt, no return, and the Steelers will have it for the 2nd time when we come back. 9:43 to go first quarter. Steelers 3, Jets nothing. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hey, football fans. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule your pneumococcal vaccination appointment today. That's vaxassist.com. And fans, a reminder, you can listen on WestwoodOneSports.com, on the NFL app, by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports, or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. 9:43 to go first quarter. Steelers 3, Jets 0. Something to keep an eye on as we go on tonight, as the Jets failed to convert on their first third down. During this 3-game losing streak, the Jets have converted just 28% of their third downs, Ross. They were 57% in their first 3 games. That number has just fallen off a cliff. Tough to win when you have those kind of numbers on third down.
Yeah, it's less than half. I did that right in my head real quick.
There's that Princeton education
28
showing
times
through.
2 is 56. So if it went from 57 to 28, less than half. They haven't been good in the red zone either. 33%. I mean, this is why you lose 3 games in a row, right? If you're bad on third down, bad on the red zone, probably hard to win the football game.
You are a walking advertisement for the Ivy League. First and 10, Steelers from their own 36. Ball on the near side right hash. Wilson under center, single back behind him, 2 receivers to the left. Warren is the back. Wilson takes the snap, back on a play fake, looking under pressure, dumps it short left, caught by Warren along the numbers, cuts back inside across the 35, and Jalen Warren takes it out to the 40-yard line. Brandon Eccles, the 4th-year man out of Kentucky, makes the stop after a gain of 4. That'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Little screen pass there by the Steelers. Probably not as many yards as they were hoping to get, but at least that, in small part, starts to slow down the defensive line a little bit, right? Bootlegs, screens, those things help.
Steelers go up tempo now. High formation behind Wilson under center. Receivers left and right. Warren remains the tailback. 2nd down 6. Here's the snap. Handoff. Jalen Warren straight ahead. Covers up the football. Plows his way out to about the 44, maybe the 45-yard line. Leonard Taylor with the tackle. And that'll leave him a yard shy. It'll be 3rd down and 1 after a run of 5 yards by Jalen Warren.
Yeah, I would call it a long one, because I think it's probably a little bit too far to run a quarterback sneak. And I don't know if I'd go empty set here, like it looks like they're going to, but too far for a quarterback sneak. I don't like the empty set unless this is going to be some type of Russell Wilson run.
Trips right, including Warren. 2 receivers left. Wilson stands back in the shotgun. Play clock down to 6. Wilson goes to the hard count. Jets don't jump. Warren in short motion from the right. Here's the snap. Wilson back under pressure. Rolling to his right. Throws right side, and it's incomplete. Off the hands of his intended receiver, Calvin Austin. It looked like it hit him in the chest, but he couldn't hang on going to the ground, and the Steelers will punt it away.
Well, so he was wide open. Wilson showing good mobility, getting the edge. He hit Austin right between the 1 and the 9. That is just a blatant drop by Austin, not able to corral it as he went to the ground. But that's also one of the risks, Ryan, with throwing it on 3rd and 1 like that. I don't like the fact that there was no option of the run at all. They didn't fool the Jets.
What a Steelers team that has been running it really well here in the early going. So Corliss Waitman on to punt. Xavier Gibson, a dangerous return man, standing back at the 10. Waitman hits a short end-over-end kick. Gibson running up, has it go right off his chest, but it rolls out of bounds. That hit Gibson and rolled up along the sideline and then kicked out of bounds near the 20-yard line. That's where they're going to spot it. The Jets are very, very fortunate. And they will have it there when we come back. 8:08 to go first quarter. Steelers 3, Jets 0. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Something amazing is happening in animation. Studios are processing data faster. That's because CDW showed them new ways to maximize their infrastructure, then built a flexible Dell Technologies data solution. More automation led to reduced maintenance times and greater efficiency, so that creativity stays the star of the show. Dell Technologies and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Data Center.
It's one thing falling in love with a house, and quite another navigating the world of negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. Guidance from an agent who's a Realtor can make all the difference, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Upgrade your Sundays with NFL Plus Premium and watch live, local, and primetime games on mobile devices, plus NFL Red Zone, game replays, and more. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus Premium. Terms and conditions apply. 8:08 to go first quarter. Steelers lead the Jets 3-0. They respotted the ball during the timeout. The Jets will start at their own 18, 1st and 10. And boy, did they dodge a bullet as that punt went right off the chest of Xavier Gibson.
I'm loving these Steelers throwback unis.
You like those, huh?
They're awesome. The helmets,
did you catch,
the pants, it's like a different yellow.
Did you catch Illinois' uniforms yesterday?
Yeah, how about that? Look like my grandpa.
Pistol formation on 1st and 10. Jets at their own 18 on the near side left hash. Rodgers gets the snap, turns, hands it off to Breece Hall. Hit immediately, trying to get away, and can't do it. Wrestled down, and now flags fly as he was thrown to the ground. Well, it's hard to hear, but apparently the officials had blown the play dead, and then Hall got thrown down by Ogunjobi. It's going to cost the Steelers 15.
Goes from an amazing play by Ogunjobi to a horrible play.
At the end of the play, personal foul, defense number 99, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Sean Smith is our referee tonight.
You got to know when to say when, Ryan. Ogunjobi made a terrific play coming down the line. It was going to be a TFL, but then even after they had blown the whistle dead and Hall started to ease up, Ogunjobi really threw him down by the neck. That's the right call by the officials.
So rather than a loss of 1, moving ahead to the 32. Steelers have, or Jets rather, have a 1st and 10 from there. Receivers left and right, Adams to the right. Wilson to the left. Now Lazard motions out to the right. Shotgun snap to Rodgers. Back to pass. Looking. Checks it down short right. Caught by Hall. 1 1/2 marks 35. Up to the 40. 45. Spinning his way to midfield. And Breece Hall picks up 18 yards. Minka Fitzpatrick makes the tackle. Rodgers surveys the field. Checks it down. And a good gain to take the Jets out to the midfield stripe.
And that is why you throw the ball to your check down, right? When they're as dynamic as Breece Hall is. He's one of the best out of the backfield. Really poor angle by Patrick Queen, the linebacker I was just hyping up on the last series. He had other defenders to his left. He needed to come in and force Hall to go the other way.
From the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Rodgers gets the shotgun snap, back to pass, throws short left, caught by Adams, turns it back inside, and he dives down to about the 41. So the first Jets catch for Devontae Adams nets 9 yards. Joey Porter Jr. with the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd and 1.
I don't think there's anybody better at utilizing the snap count than Aaron Rodgers. You know, we're so used to him going hard count and getting free plays. That was a quick snap, a quick count, and the Steelers were coming with a blitz. Well, they try to time up the blitz, right? So if you come with a quick snap, the blitz is going to be late. So their blitzers were coming late, so Rodgers had plenty of time to get that pass off.
All kinds of options here on 2nd and 1. Rodgers back in the gun, gets the snap, handed off, Hall starts to his right, hit and drop behind the line of scrimmage. Deshaun Elliott was the first man in. No chance at all for Breece Hall. They bring him down back around the 44-yard line. A loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and 4.
What a call by the Steelers defensively to bring Deshaun Elliott, a safety from depth on a blitz. They're not going to account for him with the offensive line. You might account for a safety if they're lined up in the box, but not if they come screaming in from depth like that.
Jets will go empty on 3rd and 4. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Shotgun snap. Rodgers back. Looks, pumps, pulls it down. Throws left side. Caught by Allen Lazard. Stretching the football, but he's short. He needed to get to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him just shy of the 40. Beanie Bishop, the undrafted rookie out of West Virginia, made the tackle. And on 4th and very short, the Jets are going to leave the offense on the field.
Well, they got to go. They should go. That's too long of a field goal, especially this stadium. 58 yards. Plus, it's 4th and 1. They better do a better job than they did on 2nd and 1, though.
Extra offensive lineman in the game. Olu Fashanu is checked in. Oh, now they've changed the call. They looked at it upstairs, and they have given the Jets a first down.
They call it replay assist, and when it's supposed to be something objective where they can help you and they see it, they'll let you know. Boy, I don't know about that. Maybe. It's close looking on the monitor here. I don't know that it was obvious enough for replay assist to just bust down and give it to him.
So they give him a first down to the 40. 1st and 10, shotgun snap to Rodgers. Back to pass, swings it short left to Hall. Makes the first man miss along the numbers 35. He's down to the 30, bouncing outside. And Breece Hall has another first down as he takes it close to the 28. Deshaun Elliott made the tackle. But that's another big gain on that little dump off down to Hall, who picks up 12.
Boy, that's a huge block by Joe Tippmann, the young center for the Jets, because Peyton Wilson, the rookie linebacker for the Steelers, he had Breece Hall man-to-man. So if he's got a man-to-man, if you're able to block the man-to-man defender on a screen, you'll get a lot of green grass and another nice gain for the Jets.
Officially a gain of 13 to the 27, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Rodgers. He'll swing it out to Braylon Allen. His first touch of the game. Allen out towards the sideline, avoids the first tackle, keeps his feet, and then takes a shot and gets knocked out of bounds down close to the 25. Patrick Queen was the first man to hit him. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC next Sunday night when the Dallas Cowboys meet the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. Gain of 2 for Braylon Allen, the youngest player in the NFL at just 20 years of age. 2nd down and 8. Slot left, that's Adams in the slot. Wilson is out wide. Shotgun snap to Rodgers. Quick pass left side, caught by Wilson. Turns back in, breaks a tackle 20, bounces outside of the 15. And he's finally run out of bounds. First touch for Garrett Wilson. Minka Fitzpatrick shoved him out of bounds. And a nice gain there, another first down for the Jets.
Love that play right there by the Jets. That's a called run. Offensive line, running back, they're all running the run play. But Rodgers has the ability on the back side of it to just throw the ball right out to Garrett Wilson. It's called a look pass based on the look if the corner's playing off Wilson.
And a 12, 6 straight completions for Rodgers now. 1st down and 10 for the Jets. They have the ball at the Steeler 13. 3 receivers right, Rodgers in the gun, Hall the running back to his right. Here's the snap, handoff, Hall running left, out toward the numbers to the 10, bouncing outside of the 5, and Hall scampering for the pylon. He is in for the touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run for Breece Hall, and the Jets have taken a 6-3 lead. 2:27 to go in the first quarter. The extra point try coming up, and Breece Hall has his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
Boy, was that an impressive drive for the Jets. And on the touchdown, it was just outside zone, a stretch play, and everybody on the left side of that Jets offensive line, even the center Tippmann at right guard, Vera Tucker, had excellent blocks. They were knocking the Steelers all over the place.
Greg Zuerlein is on for the extra point try. Thomas Hennessy to snap. Morstead will hold. The kick from Zuerlein is up, and it is good. So the Jets have a 4-point lead with 2:27 to go in the first quarter. It's the Jets 7 and the Steelers 3. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24 monthly bill credits. Eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credits stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra off. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. I get into the sweetness of the honey, then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet, now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com every weekday during the NFL season for a brand new episode of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. Listen at your convenience at WestwoodOneSports.com/Ross Tucker.
As always on a Monday, Ryan, not only do I recap all the games, but I recap the press box food. That was some epic prime rib, man. And I cut it up into pieces and put it on a bed of lettuce, which is proof that I'm really super healthy.
You got the press box food, you recap everything, you take shots at your producer Jack for no apparent reason, you're so mean. I'm well versed, Ross, as a subscriber to the
I love
Ross
it,
Tucker
I love
podcast.
it, and a listener. Everybody listening should be, why not?
7-3, Jets on top. Zuerlein on the approach. End-over-end kick, driving Jalen Warren back into the end zone. He's got it a couple of yards deep, and he'll drop down to his right knee. Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Switch to a TurboTax Live Expert. It'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. 9 plays, 82 yards, 5:41 off the clock. And Breece Hall caps it off with the 13-yard touchdown run. 4 plays of 10 or more yards on that drive. The early personal foul helped out, and the Jets have taken a 7-3 lead.
And I know the Steelers are on offense, but it does feel like that drive by the Jets took a lot of the zest out of this crowd.
Steelers from their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson in the gun, Najee Harris to his left. Here's the snap, blitz coming. Wilson back, looks left, throws left, incomplete. Behind George Pickens, who was covered by Sauce Gardner. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Wilson is open, 2 of 5.
Yeah, trying to just run a stop route there to Pickens, and Wilson needs to throw that ball a little bit more to the outside. He threw it before Pickens was ready. I don't think Pickens is used to a quarterback throwing it with that much anticipation. As soon as Pickens turned his head around, the ball was on him, but it was also a little bit too much to the inside where Sauce Gardner was.
2nd down 10, 2 receivers left. Wilson under center, brings Jefferson in motion from left to right. Here's a toss play to Najee Harris. Running right, hit in the backfield, chopped down. What a tackle by Jalen Mills, just up off the practice squad. The former Eagle came flying in and upended Harris behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Well, he might be just off the practice squad, but he is a very experienced player in the NFL. They like him at safety, the former corner. He's got some corner cover skills, but he's never been afraid to lay the wood.
Third down and long, shotgun snap. Wilson back to pass, under pressure again. Rolling left, throws, batted down, incomplete. Boy, it feels like almost every time Wilson has dropped back, he has been under heat. Will McDonald was able to swat that one away, and the Steelers are going to punt. And already there is some unrest from this Pittsburgh crowd.
Well, there's some booing for sure, and this is one of the positions that Mike Tomlin put himself in, right? Where you make a big change like this, it better go well, otherwise people are going to be frustrated, and rightfully so.
Second straight 3 and out for the Steelers. Corliss Waitman will punt, gets the snap. The left footer hits a high spiraling kick. Gibson backing up and to his right, makes the catch at the 17 on the far side, straight ahead. Hit, lost the ball again, but it went out of bounds again. So that's 2 punts. One went right off his chest and out of bounds. That one was stripped away by James Pierre before going out of bounds. A 55-yard punt. And the Jets will have it up 7-3 with 1:38 to go in the first.
He would not be returning any more punts for me tonight. I mean, he's had it twice, and twice he's fumbled it. I don't know. I'd be very, very leery at this point if I'm the Jets of having him back there again. I know he's their guy, but he's 2 for 2 fumbling the ball.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Kohl's brings you this reminder that family history matters. Ask your doctor about how it impacts your risk. Kohl's, where families come first. First down and 10, Jets at their own 21. Receivers left and right, Rodgers under center with Hall to single back. Conklin in motion from right to left, toss play, Breece Hall running left, out to the numbers, hit and drop for a loss on the play. Dante Jackson from his cornerback spot makes the stop. It'll be second down and 11.
Jackson was a really nice addition for the Steelers. He has played well coming over from Carolina. His interception in the last 2 games, 3 this year, 6 passes defense, and as he showed right there, he's not afraid to get a little dirty in run support with the tackle for loss.
Second down 11, Jets from their own 20. 2 receivers right, Adams just inside Lazard, Garrett Wilson single man left. Rodgers in the gun with Hall to his left. Here comes Lazard in motion from the right. Play clock down to 2. Rodgers gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking left. Looks middle. Throws down the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Adams, who looked like he stumbled a bit. And now it'll be third down and long. 3rd and 11 for New York.
Yeah, he stumbled coming out of his route. He was going to be wide open. It was a typically terrific route by Devontae Adams. He got a lot of separation, but he stumbled as he went to make his outbreaking route.
You know, you just said typically really good route by Adams. There has talk that Adams has lost speed, Ross, but how much does it affect him? He is such a precise route runner.
Well, listen, the faster you are, the better, but if you really understand your craft and you're able to get open, it doesn't matter. You can still find a way to get separation.
Shotgun snap to Rodgers, throws it down the left sideline for Wilson, and it's way overthrown and incomplete. Joey Porter had great coverage there against Wilson, and that one way overthrown and out of bounds. The Jets will punt it away with 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, those guys have gone against each other a lot. Garrett Wilson, Ohio State, Joey Porter Jr., Penn State, and he was with them stride for stride. That was a very low percentage pass from Rodgers.
Thomas Morstead on to punt. Calvin Austin standing back around the 35-yard line. Morstead gets the snap, gets it away. High spiraling kick. Austin moving to his left, backing up towards the numbers, makes the catch, hit immediately, and dropped just inside the 35-yard line by Quantez Stiggers. A 48-yard punt and no return. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Whether your team is at home or on the road, hear every game with your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. Just search for your team and click the favorite star.
Alongside Ross Tucker and the rest of our great Westwood One crew, Ryan Radke with you here at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. 7-3 Jets, 37 seconds to go in the first quarter. Steelers start this drive from their own 34, 1st and 10. Wilson under center with receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Handoff Najee Harris. Running right side, looking for a lane. Doesn't find much. Gets across the 35, picks up 2. C.J. Mosley with the tackle. And that'll bring up second down at 8. Harris found a lot of running room on his first 2 carries, not nearly as much on the last couple. Steelers do not have to snap it again before the end of the quarter.
A lot of times in this situation, teams will at least go up on the ball and act like they might snap it with the idea of trying to do a hard count to try to get a free 5 yards. Steelers aren't even going to fake it. They're just going to start walking to the other end.
So we have reached the end of the first quarter here in Pittsburgh. With the score, the Jets 7 and the Steelers 3. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective.
Let's go.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the Player's Point. Join NFL tight end Colin Thompson and wide receiver Allen Robinson as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
I think that's what makes the National Football League so special.
The Player's Point. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morris.
The wife of Brianna Stewart, star of stars in the WNBA, is receiving homophobic emails wishing death upon the couple. I know how real this is. What is it that we actually can do beyond these PSAs telling us to just stop hating?
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the SiriusXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
Friday night is NWSL night on SiriusXM FC. Hear the biggest stars in women's soccer square off in the final push for the playoffs.
There's Smith again, and she's got two!
Then on Monday, Heather O'Reilly and Lori Lindsay are recapping it all on Played In.
These next couple of months are really critical. It's crunch time.
No one is covering the NWSL like SiriusXM FC, channel 157, and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
My dear, we've been waiting years to unleash the sounds of fear. Soundtracks, scary stories, a howl and a sneer. SiriusXM Scream, your soundtrack for Halloween, on now, channel 105, and on the SiriusXM app.
Westwood One, I'm Ryan Radke along with Ross Tucker. The start of the second quarter is sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits, Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. 15 minutes done in Pittsburgh. Jets 7, Steelers 3. Ross, what's your impression of what you've seen so far here in the early going?
It's funny because both teams have had two really good drives. Other than that, it's just been 3 and outs, right? The Steelers had to settle for a field goal on theirs. The Jets probably had their best drive of the season on their touchdown drive. Steelers need to try to get it going again. Russell Wilson clearly not in a rhythm yet.
Wilson will line up in the shotgun. 2nd down and 8. Steelers from their own 36, moving right to left. Here's the snap. Wilson looks, throws left, and throws it into the ground. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Calvin Austin. That one was nowhere close. That's the equivalent of like a 58-foot breaking ball in baseball. And now it's 3rd and 8.
What was that? I mean, it was a quick bubble screen to Calvin Austin, and Russell Wilson grounded it 3 yards short and 3 yards behind him. That's a top 10 worst NFL pass I've ever seen in my life.
4 straight incompletions.
I mean, we are all witnesses to history right here.
Wilson is open, 2 of 7. 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers left. Wilson to the gun. Warren to his right. Blitz coming. Wilson back. Steps up in the pocket. Looks. Throws left. Incomplete. Not close again. Down at the feet of Calvin Austin. And now the Boo Birds are out in force. And the Steelers will punt it away again. And Ross, I think 2 things here. Not only is Fields off target, but these are the plays where Justin Fields had the ability to make something happen with his legs. This is where he was pulling it down and making big plays.
Russell Wilson threw that one right there. Fields would have ran for the 1st down.
Corliss waiting it on to punt. Gibson is back again. This time he signals for a fair catch, and going down to his stomach, he's able to hold on to it at the 13-yard line. That'll be a punt of 53 yards and no return. A reminder, you can watch NFL Network and Westwood One announcers Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern on NFL Game Day morning, only on NFL Network. It has been an adventure so far for Gibson on punt return tonight. But the Jets now will start At their own 13, first down and 10. Breece Hall in there as the running back. Aaron Rodgers 6 of 9 for 58 yards to begin his night. Jets moving left to right. Ball is on the near side right hash. Jets out of the huddle will send Garrett Wilson wide left. Devontae Adams in the slot to that side. Allen Lazard single man right. Pistol formation. Rodgers claps his hands, lifts his right leg. Points out to his left side, waits on the snap. He's got it, turns, hands it off. Paul running right outside the numbers, cuts it up across the 15, out to about the 17-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Came in from behind the offensive line. And this is going against the offense.
Offense number 75. Half the distance penalty. Repeat first down.
Elijah Vera-Tucker, the right guard, gets called for the hold.
I always wonder, is it worse or better? And it's a clear hold by Vera-Tucker, and his guy still made the tackle. I mean, that's when it's really bad. I always wonder, is it worse? I mean, it's bad to have a hold and you still get no yardage and your guy makes the tackle. I guess that's better than if you ran for like a 30-yard gain and had a hold and had to come all the way back.
So they'll move it back to the 7-yard line. It'll be first down and 16. Rodgers will line up in the shotgun with Hall to his left. Two receivers left, one right. Rodgers motions out to Adams on the right side. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looks left. Throws short left. Caught by Hall along the hash marks. He dives across the 10 out to the 12-yard line. Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson combined on the tackle. Gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down and 11. 14:04 to go second quarter. Jets lead 7-3.
Steelers need to get a 3-and-out here and get the ball back around midfield. Try to give their offense some excellent field position. TJ Watt just came back in the game. He's expecting back-to-back passes here. This is when he needs to show up and get some pressure on Rodgers.
Garrett Wilson slot right. Two receivers out to the left. Shotgun snap. Rodgers back. Looks left. Throws. Batted down. Incomplete. Had pressure coming from behind. It was Cameron Hayward that got a hand up there to swat it away. And now it'll be third down and 11.
Jets are doing a smart thing of chipping TJ Watt with Breece Hall, right? Watt knows he can't go outside of Morgan Moses because Hall's going to hit him in the ribs. Aaron Rodgers looks the other way, and Cam Hayward, who's just been so good for so long, his 201st game as a defensive lineman in the NFL tonight.
Ties Donnie Shell for the most ever by a Pittsburgh defender. So now third down and 11. Two receivers right, two left. Rodgers back in the shotgun, looks over the defense, gets the snap, back to throw, fires short left, caught by Adams, looking for a seam, ducks his shoulder, spins. He's close to the first down, but short. He needed 11, he got 10. They mark him down at the 23, so it'll be fourth down and 1.
He almost got there. It's a nice job after the catch by Adams. Probably got 3 more yards than he should have. Gave him an opportunity here, but not enough where Jeff Wilbrick would go for. You can't do that when you're inside your own 25.
Yeah, the offense stayed out there for a second, but the punt team is coming out. So that's 8 combined drives for these two teams, 6 3-and-outs. Austin back deep to return the Morstead punt. There's the snap. Morstead has it. Gets it away. High spiraling kick. Austin signals for a fair catch, and he drops down to his knees to make said fair catch. Right around the 31-yard line, a 47-yard punt, and no return. 12:45 to go in the first half. Jets lead the Steelers by a score of 7-3, and this is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
There are no tight ends that you can count on. We will tell you who to start.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Touchdown!
Throughout the 2024 season,
Each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Get daily football news on the players and teams that matter to you on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
2K your way with SiriusXM channels designed to shift your timeline. Jump into the pit with hard rock and new metal on Turbo, Channel 41.
It's just one of those days.
Go hard all day with zeros and tens hip-hop on Flex 2K, Channel 49. Wheeze in the track. Or sink into your feels with alternative anthems on Alt 2K. Listen to all of these and more 2000s channels across SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth at Acrisure Stadium. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support when you call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 12:45 to go first half, 7-3, Jet on top of the Steelers. Russell Wilson is off to a rough start. He is 2 of 8 for 19 yards. He will remain in there at quarterback, under center with Najee Harris, the single back. Slot right, single man left. Wilson looks over the Jets defense. Brings Austin in motion from the right. Wilson takes the snap. He's back, handed off to Harris along the right hash. And Najee Harris picks up about a yard to the 32. Jalen Mills with the tackle. And that'll bring up second down and 9. Ross, I'll ask you this. Obviously a long way to go in this game. But Wilson does not look good. If you're Mike Tomlin, though, when you make this move, do you kind of put yourself in a box where you have to let Wilson go for a while? You can't really have a quick hook, can you?
No, you can't, especially because it's been so long since he's played. I don't care how much you practice, Ryan. It's not nearly the same level of speed as when you're out here in a regular season game.
3 tight ends to the right. Second down, 8. Ball at the 33-yard line. Wilson under center takes the snap, toss it to Harris. Running right this time. Harris hops over a defender and then gets cracked as he makes his way to the 35. Short gain of a couple. There is a penalty flag that is down. Right now, the Steelers would be looking at 3rd and 6. Let's see about the marker. It's going against Pittsburgh.
During the run, holding. Offense number 88. 10-yard penalty for the slide of the foul. Complete, second down.
Pat Freiermuth, one of those 3 tight ends that was in there for the Steelers. That'll cost him 10.
And so what happens now, and that was a good call, Freiermuth had a takedown on the edge. But what happens now is twofold. I don't think Arthur Smith, the Steelers' offensive coordinator, is really trusting Russell Wilson, the passing game right now. So first and second down, he runs it. And the Jets aren't really respecting Russell Wilson, the passing game right now either. So that's how you have a safety like Jalen Mills make another tackle at the line of scrimmage when he's supposed to be deep.
Back it up to the 24 now for the Steelers. Second down, 17. 2 receivers to the left. Jalen Warren is the single back. Wilson goes to the hard count. Jets don't jump. Now the snap. Wilson back on a play fix. Sets his feet. Has time. Taking a shot. Deep down the left sideline for George Pickens. And he made the catch. Pickens turning around. Made a tumbling catch with Eccles draped all over him. It's a gain of 45, and boy, did the Steelers need that.
I'm surprised they didn't call pass interference there. It looked like Eccles was all over Pickens on the deep fade route, grabbing him. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they didn't call that. Maybe they just didn't throw it because Pickens caught it. But Eccles was grabbing him with 2 hands, and Pickens only could catch it with his right hip.
From the Jets 32, handoff Jalen Warren running left across the 30-yard line to the 29. Gain of 3, Will McDonald with the tackle. Great call by you, Ross. It turned out to be a one-handed catch by Pickens, basically because he was just getting grabbed as he was going to the ground.
Yeah, he pinned it to his hip. In other words, the way he caught it, it was like how a running back carries the ball when they're running with him. And that's where the ball was when he caught it. That is a phenomenal catch and I can't believe they didn't throw the flag. I mean, that was clearly interference.
2nd down 7 from the 29. High formation behind Wilson. Receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Wilson back in a play fake. Rolls right. Throws short right. Caught by Washington across the 20. Down to the 15. Lowers his shoulder. And the second catch of the game for the tight end, Darnell Washington. Nets the Steelers a first down. Gain of 17. Same play they ran earlier. Dump it off. And the big-bodied Washington runs over Sauce Gardner at the end to finish the run.
And what's crazy about it is that Cam Hayward's younger brother, Connor Hayward, he was open in the flat as well. But you're right. Good call by you, Ryan. It's the same play. They need to come back to that again at some point.
1st and 10 from the 11. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Wilson under center, gets the snap. He'll hand off to Harris. Runs outside the right hash, and Najee Harris bullies his way down to the 6-yard line. Left his feet and fell forward. Javon Kinlaw with a stop. Gain of 5. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5 with 9:20 to go in the second quarter. Jets 7, Steelers 3.
I don't understand the jumping from Najee Harris. I mean, you weigh 230 pounds. If you jump in the air, you lose all your power.
2nd down 5. Wilson takes the snap. Hand off Harris. Running left. Nowhere to go. Wrapped up and dropped back outside the 10-yard line. Quincy Williams, the younger brother of Quinnen, got in there to make the tackle. And now after the whistle blew, the ball got ripped away.
At the 11-yard line, 11.5-yard line.
Steeler fans and Mike Tomlin are saying, now wait a minute. This is what we got called for earlier for trying to wrestle a guy down after the whistle, but there is no flag. And now it'll be 3rd down on the play, a loss of 5. It'll be 3rd and 10.
And that was a brutal run by Harris, by the way. That ball should have gone inside. He bounced it outside.
Wilson takes the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Has time. Surveys the field. Wilson looking. Rolling to his right. Throws for the right corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. And that's going to bring the field goal team out. Pickens and Washington were in the area, but both were covered up. And the Steelers drive, short circuits. Boswell will come out to attempt a short field goal, trying to draw Pittsburgh within 1.
Steelers are 0 for 5 on 3rd down. Not a fan of the run, force Russell Wilson to pass on 3rd and long philosophy. They're having a lot more success with the early down boots.
This will be a 29-yard attempt for Boswell, who hit earlier from 46. The kick is on the way, and it is good. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. 8:20 to go second quarter. Jets 7, Steelers 6. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios with a look at the Week 7 scoreboard. Kansas City knocked off San Francisco 28-18 in a rematch of the Super Bowl. The Chiefs still 6-0 on the year. Vikings are not. Detroit beat them today in Minnesota 31-29. It was Green Bay over Houston 24-22. Washington knocks off Carolina 40-7. Philadelphia goes into the Meadowlands with Saquon Barkley beat the Giants 28-3. Seattle knocks off Atlanta in Atlanta 34-14. Buffalo 27 points in the second half to beat Tennessee 34-10. It was Cincinnati getting a win in Cleveland 21-14. Indianapolis holds off Miami 16-10. Jacksonville and England beat New England by a score of 32-16, and the Rams over the Raiders today 20-15. Of all the details coming your way at halftime. Right now back to Acrisure Stadium. Ryan Radke and Ross Tucker.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. 8:20 to go second quarter. Jets 7, Steelers 6. Good drive by the Steelers. 9 plays, 58 yards, but they stall out in the red zone. Steelers have not been great in the red zone so far this year. As Boswell hits an end-over-end kick, Gibson waiting for it at the goal line. He's got it and coming out across the 5 to the 10, out of the 15, runs left to the 20, takes it outside the numbers, up to the 25, lowers his shoulder, and he crashes out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. James Pierre got down there to knock him out of bounds. And here comes Aaron Rodgers and that Jets offense again. Steelers now are under 50% scoring touchdowns in the red zone this year. That's down in the bottom third of the NFL.
And that's surprising to me, given that until tonight, Justin Fields has been their quarterback. That is such a weapon to have a quarterback that can run as well as Fields can down near the goal line.
This is the Jets' best starting field position of the night at their own 28. First and 10, Rodgers in the gun, Braylon Allen to his right. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends right. Rodgers gets the shotgun snap, back to pass, looks, throws over the middle, caught by Adams, and he's out to the 40-yard line for a first down. Boy, how many times have Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams done that in their careers? Dante Jackson in coverage with the tackle. It's a gain of 12 and a Jets first down.
So I had to do it a couple times in my career, Ryan, but I'm still impressed when a guy can get to a new team and by the next weekend he's already running all their plays, right? Because this isn't basketball. This isn't baseball where they just throw you in the lineup. I mean, there are a lot of plays, terminology, and things to know.
Shotgun snap. Here's a handoff to Allen straight ahead. And Braylon Allen just across the 40-yard line. Cameron Hayward with the tackle. Short gain on the play. That'll bring up second and long. They asked Aaron Rodgers about that. He said that Devontae Adams was about 95% on the hand signals. Thought he had a really good handle on the playbook, and it wouldn't take him long at all to get settled in and contribute to this offense.
Well, I think one thing that people don't realize is that for an actual game, the plays that are in the game plan, it's a much shorter version of the playbook, so it's a lot easier to learn everything for the game plan that week.
Second down 9 from the 40. Receivers left and right. Rodgers in the gun, gets the snap, back to pass, under pressure, rolling right now, throws back across the middle, cut by Hall, avoids the tackle, 45-50, 45 to the 40, cuts left to the Steeler 35, down to the 30, 25-20, far side numbers 15, inside the 10, out of bounds inside the 5. Minka Fitzpatrick makes a touchdown-saving tackle, but it's all the way down inside the 4. It's a gain of 59, and the Jets will have a first and goal.
3 missed tackles by the Steelers on that run by Hall. And really a couple guys had him dead to rights, and they ran into each other. They hit T.J. Watt, who just limped off the field. Watt's a little bit banged up after friendly fire.
Well, they move it down to the 3. It'll be first and goal from there. Jets will go empty with 3 receivers left, 2 right. Adams is in the slot to the right side. Rodgers back in the shotgun, left foot in front of right, and now he's going to spend a timeout. Play clock was running down, and so Rodgers will call timeout with 6:20 to go in the second quarter, and the Jets on top of the Steelers by a score of 7-6.
Man, when they threw that little middle screen to Breece Hall, Ryan, I thought he was going to get nothing. I mean, there was 3 Steelers right there. He has that extra little gear that they weren't expecting. Landon Roberts took a terrible angle to the ball. He ended up taking out both T.J. Watt and Patrick Queen. Landon Roberts whiffed on Hall and took out 2 of his own guys. It was like bowling pins getting knocked over.
Good news for the Steelers is Watt has come back in during the timeout. Bad news for the Steelers. Jets have it first and goal at the 3. Now, Ross mentioned earlier, during the 3-game losing streak, the Jets have scored touchdowns on just 33% of their red zone drives. 2 receivers left, 2 right, Adams in the right slot. Rodgers back in the shotgun, looks over the defense, lifts his right leg, takes the snap, back to pass, looks right, throws right for Adams. It is incomplete. I thought he was going to Adams. It actually went to Irvin Charles, who made the catch but only got 1 foot down in bounds. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal.
I can't believe Irvin Charles is out there and that's who he threw it to. You know, I think Irvin Charles is out there instead of Mike Williams.
Keep in mind, Mike Williams was called out by Rodgers last week for running the wrong route. He missed 2 days of practice. There's been talk the Steelers are interested in him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he even flies back to New York after the game or just stays here in Pittsburgh.
2nd down goal from the 3. Receivers left and right. Rodgers in the gun, gets the snap. Handoff, Breece Hall straight ahead, spinning, lunging, and he is down just shy of the goal line. He extended the football at the last second. Rodgers thought he was in. He's signaling that he wants Ulbrich to throw a challenge flag. Right now they have it spotted inside the 1.
No, he was not in, and Rodgers did not have a good angle. We have a fantastic angle where the booth is. We're pretty much right down the goal line. He didn't get in. The officials did a nice job. This should be a quarterback sneak. The Jets probably won't do that with Aaron Rodgers, but you get this close, it should be a sneak.
Pistol formation. Hall is the running back. Receivers left and right. Rodgers gets the snap, turns, fakes the handoff, rolling to his left, throws to the end zone. Conklin is wide open. Touchdown, Jets. A 1-yard touchdown to Tyler Conklin, and the Jets have extended the lead to 13-6 with the extra point try coming up. Jeff Ulbrich had thrown the challenge flag, trying to challenge the previous play, but the officials let it go, and Conklin, wide open, makes the catch from Aaron Rodgers, and the Jets are up 7, trying to make it 8.
Like I said, Ryan, that's why you run the play-action pass on 3rd and goal at the half-yard line like that. I mean, Conklin blocked Roberts for a second and then was wide open. Nobody within 10 yards of him. It's a great call by Todd Downing.
Zerline for the extra point, and it's blocked. It's blocked and rolling down into the end zone. The Steelers will pick it up. Joey Porter has it, and they'll blow it dead. Minkah Fitzpatrick came in to block it, but there is a flag down. The officials talking about it. Well, we've seen everybody jumping over the line. I wonder, though, if Fitzpatrick maybe got a little assistance in jumping the line. Remember, you can jump, but you cannot have any sort of leverage in doing so. It's definitely against the Steelers. Officials are talking to Jeff Ulbrich on the far side. Danny Smith, the Steelers special teams coach, is almost out at the numbers, screaming at the officials. Ross, we'll get a look at the replay. Tell us what you see.
Boy, it's hard to tell from the angle right there.
On the defense, number 39. The offense has elected to go for a 2-point try at the 1-yard line. We're not an untimed down.
Ross, his right hand definitely made contact with the back of T.J. Watt.
Yeah, so you are allowed to jump through like Minkah did, but you can't push off the backs of teammates like that.
Yeah, and I don't know how much it aided him, but just the fact that his right hand made contact with the back of Watt is what the officials saw. So now, you heard the announcement, the Jets are going to go for 2.
He barely touched his helmet. I am surprised that they identified that and called that. But, you know, the motion that he used with his hands, it looked like he pushed off of the 2 guys. I'm not sure that was enough to really be considered leverage, but they called it.
So Rodgers in the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Jets looking for a 9-point lead. Play clock down to 2. Rodgers gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looks left, throws left. That's caught for a 2-point conversion by Garrett Wilson. About a yard into the end zone, Aaron Rodgers gets it into Wilson, and instead of the blocked extra point, the Jets get 2. Their lead is 9 with 5:29 to go in the second quarter. It's the Jets 15, the Steelers 6. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Most tax pros, leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Just believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beat your price. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beat your price.
The Ed Milet Show showcases the greatest peak performers sharing their journey, knowledge, and thought leadership. Pro Football Hall of Famer Troy Aikman.
I started looking up stuff, and meditation changed my life.
Former football star Tim Tebow.
The biggest ways to get out of a slump is get out of your comfort zone and help someone else.
Coach Prime Deion Sanders.
I was 7 years old, and I told my mom I was going to be rich, and you're never going to have to work another day of your life.
The Ed Milet Show is available on YouTube or wherever you listen.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house and owning it. Having an advocate who can help you navigate negotiations, timelines, inspections, and more can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Tune in to watch all the excitement of the NFL next Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on CBS and Fox. 5:29 to go second quarter. Jets on top of the Steelers now 15-6 after the 2-point conversion. Jalen Warren, Jonathan Ward back deep to return the Zerline kickoff. Mike Tomlin was getting an explanation from the officials about that penalty on Fitzpatrick during the timeout. We'll tell you more about it after the Zerline kick here. Is on the approach. End-over-end boot is on the way. Deep into the end zone. Warren will take it 7 yards deep and drop to his right knee. Ross, you could tell just by the way the officials were motioning with their hands, their palms toward the ground. They were telling Tomlin that Fitzpatrick put his hand down, and once he made contact with Watt, that flag came out.
You know, and I got to say, I'm not an officiating expert, right? I don't really think he used his teammate as leverage there. You know, he had already jumped through, and then his hand hit TJ Watt's helmet. I think it was the appearance of leverage because you could see him jump through, and then his hands came down in a downward motion. I guess that would be my coaching point is don't even let your hands have the appearance of it.
Wilson on a play fake, pressure in his face, throws short left, cut by Freiermuth outside the numbers across the 40, 45 to the 50, into Jets territory to the 45, still on his feet, all the way down to the 40. Wilson came out of a play fake, had pressure in his face, got it off to Freiermuth, who went rumbling down the left sideline and finished physically for a gain of 30.
That was actually Russell Wilson's best play of the night because Solomon Thomas was right in his face when he came around on the naked bootleg and did a terrific job to deliver it to Freiermuth, who got an awesome downfield block from George Pickens.
On the Jets 40 now, 1st and 10. Two receivers stacked right, single man left. Wilson takes the snap, back on a play fake, under pressure, rolling left, flags down. Wilson throws short, and it's incomplete. That flag looks like it's going to be a hold. Now a second flag is thrown in at the end of the play. Michael Pruitt was the intended receiver. Multiple penalty flags down.
There's 2 fouls on the offense. An eligible man downfield, number 62. That penalty's declined. Holding. Offense number 65. That penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Dan Moore, the left tackle, called for the hold.
They might have had that mixed up. Yeah, they definitely had that mixed up because the hold was blatant on 62, Ryan McCollum, the center, and Moore's the one that got downfield a little bit early.
So, move it back to midfield. It'll be 1st down and 20 now for the Steelers. They trail 15-6. 4:39 remaining in this first half. Two receivers left, single man right. Wilson in the gun with Jalen Warren to his right. Now motions Warren to the left, takes the snap. Wilson back. Wilson looking, has time, going deep down the middle of the field. Pickens leaps, and he almost made a terrific catch. Off his hands at the 10. Mills was in coverage. Pickens went high, got both hands on the ball, but couldn't quite pull it down. That one underthrown by Russell Wilson. It'll be second down at 20.
Boy, that is a matchup you like if you're the Steelers. George Pickens going up against Jalen Mills, who's about 5'9", if that. Pickens just not quite able to bring it down. It's a nice job by Mills. I think Pickens probably could have done a better job of maybe drawing a PI penalty there.
Two receivers right, second down 20. Wilson under center, ball at midfield on the near side left hash. Here's the snap. Wilson's back on a play fake again. Rush coming, steps up. Wilson is grabbed and he is sacked. Will McDonald comes off the edge for his 8th sack of the year. And now the Steelers will have third and forever.
And he did it against Broderick Jones. The irony, of course, being that a lot of people thought the Jets were going to select Broderick Jones, but the Steelers jumped in front of them in the draft a couple of years ago to take Jones, and now Will McDonald's out here racking up another sack against the guy that was taken ahead of him.
Shotgun snap on 3rd and 24. Quick pass left side caught by Pickens. Cuts back inside. And he's across the Jets' 45-yard line. Now goes to the ground. The crowd wants a flag again. They're not going to get it. They're going to mark Pickens at the 43. Sauce Gardner and Isaiah Oliver combine on the tackle. It is 4th down. And here comes the punt team for Mike Tomlin.
Kind of a weird situation, right? I mean, you're at the 43. You don't like to punt at the opposing 43 very often, but it's too far for a field goal, and at 4th and 12, not really a good situation to go for.
So Corliss Waitman to punt. Drops the nose of the football. It's an end-over-end kick. Gibson is going to let it go over his head. It'll bounce inside the 5, and it'll be down by the Steelers. That ball bounced straight up into the air, and Rodney Williams, one of the backup tight ends, was able to get down there and make the catch. It's a 35-yard punt, no return. Jets will be backed up at their own 7 when we come back. 3:10 to go in the first half. Jets 15, Steelers 6. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Stand Up to Cancer asked leading cancer researchers to speak about why they do their work.
2 words come to mind for me. One is responsibility. The other is purpose.
It's just so inspiring to do research that impacts human lives.
Stand Up to Cancer has been a critical partner in advancing research for cancer.
Cancer research saves lives.
So please, help us fight in this battle against cancer.
Be a part of the team that ends cancer at standuptocancer.org.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer. Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Join us tomorrow night for a special night of NFL action with 2 games to choose from. The Baltimore Ravens take on the Buccaneers in Tampa beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and the Chargers in Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Our coverage for that game begins at 8:45 Eastern. Log on to westwood1sports.com for more details or to listen to the live stream of either game for free. If it's Monday Night Football, it's on Westwood One. 3:10 to go here in the second quarter. 15-6, Jets on top of the Steelers. Jets will start this drive at their own 7, 1st and 10. Rodgers under center with 3 receivers left. Brees Hall's the single running back. Rodgers has the snap. He'll toss it to Hall. Running left outside the numbers, and he's grabbed from behind and brought down by Peyton Wilson, the 3rd rounder out of North Carolina State. Gain of 3 to the 10. They'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Said this earlier in this quarter, Ryan, but the Steelers need a 3 and out here, right? They need a 3 and out, get the ball back around midfield, great field position to be able to go down and get a score to try to at least make this a 1-score game again, with the Jets being up 9 after that 2-point conversion.
Well, you said it earlier, Ross, that opening drive, the crowd was fired up, and really they've just been kind of silent since. 2nd down 7. Play clock down to 4. Rodgers back in the shotgun. Waits, takes the snap, back to pass, looking right, throwing right for Allen Lazard. Makes the catch, gets 2 feet down in bounds, and he is out of bounds up around the 30. Back shoulder throw to Allen Lazard. James Pierre in coverage. It's a gain of 20. And a perfectly thrown ball by Rodgers. Nice job by Lazard to come down with it.
Boy, that is a thing of beauty, isn't it? A perfect back shoulder like that with the timing. I mean, Rodgers threw that so early, and Lazard knew exactly what was about to happen.
Lazard a little gimpy getting up. He'll head to the sideline. And we have reached the 2-minute warning here in Pittsburgh. With the score, the Jets 15 and the Steelers 6. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Your home, your family, your moments. First Alert is reminding you to be prepared and install smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in every bedroom of your home. Don't forget to add First Alert fire extinguishers on every level, plus the kitchen. And know how to use them. Protection is key to help protect life's moments. And First Alert is your partner through it all. Get fire safety you can trust by visiting firstalert.com and Lowe's stores today.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wakey, wakey. Sunday Morning Football is back in Germany.
Let's go!
And NFL Network has an NFC clash. Live from Allianz Arena in Munich. As the Giants square off against the Panthers. Set your alarms, because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Giants, Panthers, Sunday, November 10th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Only on NFL Network.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
A reminder to stay with us for the Sunday Night Football halftime report with Scott Graham. Scott will check all the scores and highlights from Week 7 of the NFL season. That's coming up at the half. Jets 15, Steelers 6. 2 minutes to go in the first half. By the way, Aaron Rodgers 12 of 17 for 162 yards. Rodgers has surpassed Peyton Manning for the second most passing yards ever on Sunday Night Football. He trails just Tom Brady now in that category. Rodgers' stats have not really been up to normal Aaron Rodgers standards so far, Ross, but a season-high 294 yards a week ago. And we just saw that back shoulder throw to Allen Lazard. I don't know that anybody has ever thrown the back shoulder as well as Aaron Rodgers does.
No. And he had some amazing throws last week, too. On Monday night, the one to Lazard down the seam. You can tell the trust he has in his former Packers teammates like Lazard.
3 receivers left. Rodgers in the gun. Brees Hall to his right. Here's the snap. Hall will get the handoff straight ahead. Now angles left. He's out to the 35-yard line. And across the 35 to 36, Cameron Hayward with the tackle. The 6-yard run on first down. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Don't forget the Jets get the ball to start the second half.
Neither team using a timeout here, right? They're both kind of feeling each other out. I think if the Jets get another first down, they'll start to use their timeouts. If they don't, the Steelers will use theirs. I am surprised the Jets are taking this much time in the huddle. Super conservative from New York.
Down to 1:25 to go. Jets have 2 timeouts. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun snap to Rodgers. Back to pass. Rodgers looking, throws down the middle of the field, and that is intercepted. A one-handed pick at the Pittsburgh 45. Taken away by Beanie Bishop. It's his first NFL INT, and the Steelers will take over with 1:15 remaining in the half.
That is an unbelievable play by Bishop. I just assumed it was Minka Fitzpatrick when I saw it because of the play that was made. He tried to go down the seam to Wilson. Bishop spun all the way around and snagged it with just his left hand and pulled it into him. You know, I thought Wilson was wide open. What a job of swiveling the hips by Bishop.
That's the 6th interception thrown already this season by Rodgers. Steelers have it now at their own 46, 1st and 10. 1:15 to go. Shotgun snap. Quick pass out to the right side. That's caught. Turning back inside across the Jets 45. And down to the 43-yard line on the play. Brandon Echols with the tackle. It was Pickens who made the catch. Gain of 11. Clock continues to run here. Down inside, a minute to go. Wilson getting the Steelers lined up. 3 receivers left, single man right. Jalen Warren, the running back, to the left of Russell Wilson. Wilson gets the snap. He is going to hand it off to Warren, runs outside the right hash. He's down to the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3, and the Steelers will call their first time out. With 43 seconds remaining in the first half, Javon Kinlaw made the tackle on that last play.
Don't understand that play call. Inside zone in this situation now, I mean, unless you're playing for the field goal, I don't know what they thought they were going to be able to get done there, and it forces them to use a timeout.
So still 2 more timeouts for the Steelers. Just back to the interception thrown by Rodgers. 5 interceptions coming into tonight. He had 5 seasons in his career where he had thrown 5 or fewer.
That's incredible.
And now his 6th of the game, or of the season tonight. 3 receivers left, single man right. Wilson back in the shotgun, Warren to his right. Here's the snap, Wilson back, looking right, taking a shot deep down the right sideline. Knocked down, flag is out. He was trying to find Pickens. Sauce Gardner was in coverage. And the pass interference call is going to go against Gardner. Pass interference has been a big problem for the Jets.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. The ball will be placed up, spot in the foul, automatic, first down.
Well, that ball just slightly underthrown again. It turns into a 29-yard penalty.
I still think Pickens could have done a better job of trying to come back for the ball to cause the interference. I don't love that call. I actually thought the play from Echols earlier was worse than that one.
So they're going to move it down to the 11-yard line. And the Steelers will have a 1st and 10 from there. Stay up to date with Westwood One Sports by following us on X and Instagram. In-game highlights, direct links to listen to live games, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. Follow Westwood One Sports on X and Instagram. There was a timeout taken on the play by the Jets. So they have 1 timeout left. 37 seconds remain in this first half. And the Steelers looking to flip the momentum after that interception. And now the pass interference call. Talking about PIs being a problem for the Jets. DJ Reed, who's not playing tonight, have been called for 4 in the last 2 games. 1st and 10 from the 11. Wilson in the gun, twin receivers left and right. Warren is the running back to Wilson's left. Here's the snap. Wilson back, looks left, under pressure, gets away, rolling right, and throws one into the ground, incomplete. Trying to find Warren at the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 32 seconds remaining.
A lot of pressure on Wilson there. He did a really nice job of navigating the pocket to even get that throw off. They're probably better off that Warren didn't catch that. Would have been tackled by C.J. Mosley right away.
Steelers will go empty now on 2nd out of 10 from the 11. 2 receivers stacked right, 3 receivers left. Wilson now will bring Warren in motion from the left. He'll stop on Wilson's right hip. Wilson gets the snap, back to pass, throws a fade, right corner of the end zone. Pickens is there, makes the catch, touchdown Steelers. An 11-yard touchdown from Russell Wilson to George Pickens. The first touchdown catch of the year for Pickens, and the Steelers have pulled within 3. 27 seconds to go in the first half. It's the Jets 15 and the Steelers 12.
So that was awesome from Arthur Smith, the Steelers OC, because they had it in a 2-by-2 set. Then he motioned the other receiver, Austin, over so that Pickens was man-to-man against Eccles, the backup corner. Russell Wilson knew where he was going with that ball before he even snapped it.
Boswell on for the extra point. His kick is up, and it is good. So with 27 seconds remaining in the first half, it's now the Jets 15 and the Steelers 13. Pittsburgh turns the interception into 6. First touchdown catch of the year for Pickens coming in it tonight. He had the most receiving yards of anyone in the NFL without a touchdown, but that was a perfectly thrown ball by Wilson, and Pickens snatching it, hanging on, and pulling the Steelers now to within 2.
Yeah, that was beautiful, and that is asking a lot of Brandon Eccles. 5'10", $180, going against George Pickens at 6'3", 200. Just bigger, stronger. And if Russell Wilson puts it up there, George Pickens is going to make that play more often than not.
You know, Ross, Russell Wilson has done a lot of good things throughout his career. We talked about Aaron Rodgers' back shoulder throws earlier. Wilson has always been good. I know that was only 11 yards, but the deep ball, those fades right there, he's always thrown those really, really well.
He has
years to Tyler Lockett in Seattle.
Yeah, and your point about the Jets' pass interference penalties is a really good one. I mean, if they get man-to-man coverage, single high safety in the middle of the field, they should keep throwing those fade balls.
Boswell with the kickoff. Davis has it at the goal line, coming out to the 5. Now to the 10. Cuts right across the 15. Out to the 20. Takes a big hit. Hangs on to the football and is corralled at about the 21-yard line. That was Peyton Wilson, who got down there along with Jonathan Ward to apply the hit. And with 21 seconds left, the Jets will have it at their own 21. Let's see what New York wants to do.
Well, on the last drive, they ran it and then stayed in the huddle for a while, and they were being conservative, and maybe they should have stayed conservative because then Rodgers threw that pick, which just led to the touchdown. You would think 21 seconds, one timeout. You get a lot of faith in Rodgers if you're trying to get some points here.
Rodgers will line up in the gun with Hull to his right. 3 receivers left. Here's the snap. Quick pass left side. Caught by Wilson. Hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped by Beanie Bishop. Back at the 18. That's a loss of 3. And that might be the final play of the half. Clock is running. Jets just kind of standing around. Down to 3 seconds to go. And that is going to be the end of the first half in Pittsburgh. With the score, the Jets 15 and the Steelers 13. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our studios with the halftime report. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What's up, college football fans? It's Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich here from Gramlich and McLean. Wake up with us every single morning on SiriusXM Channel 371.
Join us each day at 7 a.m. to get the most in-depth ACC football coverage. We're giving you post-game recaps, player and coach interviews, as well as picks for your favorite team each and every week.
Coast-to-coast coverage every single day. It's football season, baby. Let's go.
Gramlich and McLean, weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern on ACC Radio, SiriusXM Channel 371.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on SiriusXM FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every pulse-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left-foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
From the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United turn it round.
All on your radio home for that beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
The Premier League lives on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Never miss a snap from your favorite school on SiriusXM.
Breaks the tackle. Down the sideline he goes.
The top games across the country are delivered right to you no matter where you are.
Wide open at the 25, 15, 10.
From now until Championship Monday, go to SiriusXM.com/college football schedule to find out where to hear your school. That's 53 more! In your car or streaming on the SiriusXM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday,
1:30 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Straight Talk Wireless 400 from Homestead Miami Speedway on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes!
Scott Graham from our Westwood 1 studios. We are at halftime in Pittsburgh, a 15-13 lead for the New York Jets. Let's check the Sleeper scoreboard for Week 7. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BLOCK when signing up. Must be present in certain states. Visit Sleeper.com for details. Sponsored by Blitz Studios. Well, we had a Super Bowl rematch today. The previous 9 times the teams that met in the Super Bowl met the next year. The team that won the Super Bowl won. And that happened again today. Kansas City Chiefs continued to use their defense more than anything else, and they did it today at Levi's Stadium against the 49ers, beating them 28-18. Patrick Mahomes won the game despite not throwing a touchdown pass, but he ran for 1. Kareem Hunt ran for 2. Kansas City improves to 6-0 to begin the season. Right now, Patrick's feeling pretty good.
I just don't think it's normal for what you've seen from us because there's not a lot of passing touchdowns. There's been a lot of turnovers, especially by me. And so I think it's just showing the versatility of our team. It's not just about me. It's not just about the stats and the light show and stuff like that. It's about playing team football. And I believe that if we continue to work, we'll get better offensively, throwing the ball down the field. But until then, it's just nice to know that we have a great running game. We got a great defense. And we're able to execute whenever the time comes to win football games.
San Francisco's now 3-4, and you know they're a second-half team. 3 interceptions from Brock Purdy today. He ran for 2 scores, but he also lost Brandon Ayuk to a knee injury, and Deebo Samuel, who left the game after just 4 snaps. It'll be interesting to see what ends up happening moving forward with San Francisco. Detroit, well, they have staked their claim to be the top team in the NFC North, going in to take on undefeated Minnesota today. Jared Goff played another near-perfect game at quarterback, and his defense backed him up.
Darnold takes the snap, back, looking, rush comes, Darnold hit, Darnold down, this game is over! Trevor Nowatzki with the sack, your Detroit Lions are in first place! Oh, Trevor Nowatzki, big play, my man, in a game full of them.
Dan Miller, the Detroit Lions radio network, 31-29 the final. Jake Bates hit, turned out to be the game-winning field goal with 15 seconds to go from 44 yards out. Both teams are 5-1. Speaking of field goals late, the Packers turned to their newest acquisition to try to beat the Texans today at Lambeau.
Packers along the sidelines. Hand in hand. Here's the snap. Low snap. Placement made. Kick to the upright. And it is good! Yes! It is good! Yes! It is good! The Green Bay Packers have won! Brandon McManus, 45-yard field goal. Welcome to Green Bay!
Wayne Larrabee and Larry McCarron, the Packers radio network, 24-22 the final in this one. Jordan Love throws 3 touchdown passes in this ball game, although he did get picked off twice, and Green Bay improves to 5-2 on the year. C.J. Stroud held to 86 yards passing today. Joe Mixon ran for a couple of scores, but the Texans are now 5-2 as well. Hey, look out for Washington. They beat Carolina today 40-7. Now, that margin is probably what you might have expected with a struggling Carolina team, but Washington did it without Jaden Daniels. He left this game in the first quarter with a rib injury. But Marcus Mariota threw for a couple of scores in this game. And the Commanders, who won 4 games all of last year, win their 5th of this year. Andy Dalton, another kind of nightmarish day. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Carolina's now 1-6. Philadelphia went to New York today to take on the Giants. That meant Saquon Barkley was going home. All he did was run for 176 yards and a touchdown. 2 touchdown runs from Jalen Hurts. Philly beat New York 28-3. Eagles are now 4-2 on the year. Giants are 2-5. And how about Seattle, breaking their 3-game losing streak, going into Atlanta and pretty much dominating the Falcons today at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. 34-14 was the final. A couple of touchdown passes for Geno Smith. He did lose DK Metcalf in the third quarter with a knee injury in this ball game, but Seattle improves to 4-3. Kirk Cousins, 3 turnovers today, 2 interceptions and a lost fumble. as Atlanta falls to 4-3 on the year. Our halftime score, the Jets 15, the Steelers 13. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective.
Let's go!
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the Player's Point. Join NFL tight end Colin Thompson and wide receiver Allen Robinson as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
I think that's what makes the National Football League so special.
The Player's Point. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the SiriusXM app.
We're bringing the pop and sizzle with me, Adam Shine, on Channel Sports every weekday from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Friday night is NWSL night on SiriusXM FC. Hear the biggest stars in women's soccer square off in the final push for the playoffs.
Smith again, and she's got two!
Then on Monday, Heather O'Reilly and Lori Lindsay are recapping it all on Played In.
These next couple of months are really critical. It's crunch time.
No one is covering the NWSL like SiriusXM FC, channel 157, and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Hello, my dear. We've been waiting years to unleash the sounds of fear. Soundtracks, scary stories, a howl, and a sneer. SiriusXM Scream, your soundtrack for Halloween, on now, Channel 105, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Get a little home cooking right on your phone. Your hometown announcers are always on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Scott Graham of the Progressive Insurance Studios. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. 2-point lead for the Jets at halftime. Earlier today in the AFC, Buffalo scored 27 unanswered points in the second half at Highmark Stadium to beat Tennessee 34-10. Josh Allen throws 2 touchdown passes, including one to the new acquisition, Amari Cooper. Buffalo now 5-2. Tennessee falls to 1-5. How about the Bengals? They do something that they don't do very often in Cleveland today. Win.
Burrow back to throw. Passes toward the pylon. Yes. Caught. Yes. Jamar Chase. Touchdown. Bengals. Jamar Chase with his 6th touchdown catch this season. And the Bengals push the lead back to 2 scores.
Dan Horton, Dave Lapham, Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and the Bengals radio network. 21-14 the final. Bengals win for the first time in Cleveland since 2017. They're now 3-4. Deshaun Watson hurt his Achilles, likely out for the year. Cleveland is 1-6. Indianapolis beat Miami today 16-10, scoring 13 unanswered points in the second half to get that one done and improve to 4-3 on the year. Miami falls to 2-4. Over in England today, Jacksonville puts up 22 points in the second quarter. They beat New England 32-16 in the final game in London this year. And it was the Rams over the Raiders 20-15 at SoFi Stadium today. Our halftime score, the Jets 15, the Steelers 13. When we return, Ryan Rackey and Ross Tucker will have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws a block, and his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Canada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24 monthly bill credits eligible to trade in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credits stop and balance on required finance agreement due. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. It is halftime with the Jets on top of the Steelers 15-13. Let's check the halftime stats sponsored by Indeed. Looking for quality candidates this year? Look no further than Indeed. Indeed's video interview tool takes the hassle out of virtual hiring. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Steelers outgained the Jets 182-173 in the first half. Neither team with a lot on the ground. 41 yards for the Steelers, 22 for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers 13-19, 158 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Russell Wilson 8 of 17, 145 yards, and that late touchdown following the Beanie Bishop pick. Obviously a play the Steelers needed, and they cash it in with the touchdown. So a 2-point Jets lead, Ross, as we go to the second half. What do you look for here to determine who comes out on top in this game?
Well, it's interesting. Just following up on the stats, Ryan, you know, neither team running it very well at all. Both teams have been really bad on third down. It's just been the big plays that they've been able to get, whether by penalty or by through the air. That's really been the most notable plays so far from this game. We'll see if the Jets can come out. Obviously, I think the Jets want to keep giving the ball to Breece Hall. He's been their best weapon. Conversely, the Steelers, it's been almost all George Pickens. I don't think the Jets will be playing him in press man-to-man coverage anymore.
Chris Boswell will kick it away. End-over-end kick, and Isaiah Davis will take this one a yard deep in the end zone, drop to his right knee, and the Jets will start 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Now, the Jets seem to be in full control of this game. They were up 15-6. They had just hit a 20-yard back shoulder throw to Allen Lazard. And then Aaron Rodgers trying to go down the middle to Garrett Wilson, picked off by Beanie Bishop. And the Steelers end up with a touchdown. That gave them a nice lift going into the locker room.
And to your point, Ryan, that's happened a lot this year with the Jets, where Rodgers has had untimely turnovers that you just don't see from him. Even the last couple games, he's had turnovers like that.
Rodgers in the gun on 1st and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Flags fly before the snap. There was movement up front.
False start. Offense number 5. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So that's Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver, that moved early. By the way, Devontae Adams, 3 catches, 30 yards in the first half in his Jets debut. First down and 15 now as they move it back to the 25. Adams will line up wide left, 2 receivers to the right. Rodgers in the shotgun with Hall to his right. Conklin, the tight end, motions out wide right. Here's the snap. Rodgers back, pump slap, pulls it down, fires down the middle. Wilson wide open, makes the catch at the 40, cuts back inside, takes a hit, hangs on. He's down to the 42. Rodgers, given time to survey the field, finds Wilson for a gain of 17. That'll take care of the penalty right away and give the Jets a first down.
Steelers were in a zone coverage, and Rodgers had all kinds of time. Kudos to the Jets offensive line, and they're doing it with a backup in there at right guard. Xavier Newman, the second-year man out of Baylor's at right guard, in there for Elijah Vera Tucker, who got banged up in the first half.
Vera Tucker questionable to return with an ankle injury. First and 10, Jets at their own 42. Pistol snap, handoff, Breece Hall running left to the numbers, and Hall runs into a wall of Steeler defenders. Alex Highsmith was the first man there to hit him. Not much, if anything, on the play. It'll be second down and long.
Terrific play at the point of attack by Highsmith. You know, it's one of the things I've always respected about these Steelers edge guys. They're not just pass rushers. I mean, they will set an edge. Highsmith jacked up the left tackle. Tyron Smith disengaged from him and made that tackle for loss. That is so hard to do.
Is that a technical term, jacked up?
I guess so. Kind of like Hall running into a wall. I like that.
Second down 10. Rodgers gets the snap, back to pass, fires over the middle. Wilson's got it at midfield. Boy, that throw was right on time and right on the money to Garrett Wilson. A gain of 7. Beanie Bishop with the tackle. And now it'll be third down and short.
Steelers came with that same blitz they had earlier in the game with Deshaun Elliott, and he came free. Rodgers saw it and delivered the football to his hot route before he got hit.
Officially a gain of 8 to the Steeler 49. It'll be third and 2. Jets are 2 of 5 on third down in the game. They'll go empty here with 3 receivers right, including Adams. Garrett Wilson is slot left. Rodgers in the gun, gets the snap, back to pass. Rodgers looking, throws over the middle, incomplete, trying to find Adams, and Rodgers took a shot from Highsmith as he released it. And on fourth down and 2, the punt team is coming out.
And that time, you know, I think Rodgers needs to do a better job of stepping up in the pocket. He got taken down by Highsmith, but that's because he was dropping back. He didn't step up in the pocket. That's a missed opportunity there for the Jets not to be able to convert 3rd and 1.5 or whatever that was.
Calvin Austin back to return the Morstead punt. End over end punt. Austin waiting. He's got it around the 13, runs right to the 20, out to the sideline, and he's out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Isaiah Davis runs him out. A 36-yard punt and a 9-yard return. 12:41 to go third quarter. Steelers trail the Jets 15-13. Pittsburgh will have it when we come back. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from Sunday and getting you ready for a double dose of Monday Night Football as the Ravens take on the Buccaneers and the Chargers battle the Arizona Cardinals.
Plus, we'll talk to Falcons coach Raheem Morris and keep you updated on the latest injury news.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, Sirius XM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
There are no tight ends that you can count on. We will tell you who to start.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
The #1 pro wrestling podcast on the planet is now on YouTube. This is Dave LaGreca from Busted Open. Join us every day to watch in-depth conversations with the biggest names in pro wrestling.
Consistently the best wrestling show.
With Cody Rhodes, Swerve Strickland, Becky Lynch, Goldberg, Ric Flair, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
And so many more. Plus daily breakdowns of the world of wrestling. Subscribe to us now. Search Busted Open on YouTube.
2K your way with SiriusXM channels designed to shift your timeline. Jump into the pit with hard rock and new metal on Turbo, Channel 41.
It's just one of those days.
Go hard all day with zeros and tens hip-hop on Flex 2K, Channel 49. Beats in the track. Or sink into your feels with alternative anthems on Alt 2K. Listen to all of these and more 2000s channels across SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Brian Radke, Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Pittsburgh. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery and free technical support. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. 12:41 to go third quarter. Jets 15, Steelers 13. Steelers will start this drive 1st and 10 at their own 21. Russell Wilson 8 of 17, 145 yards and a touchdown in the first half. Ross, what'd you see from the veteran making his first appearance of the year?
Well, then I thought he got better as the half went, and as you said, he does a really nice job throwing the go routes, the fade balls. That and the bootlegs have been his best. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a bootleg here on first down.
Three tight ends right. Wilson under center, takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Najee Harris. Straight ahead, finds a little crease. And Harris takes it out to the 24, maybe the 25. Jalen Mills made the tackle. Gain of about 3.5 on the play. Second down coming up now for the Steelers.
You know, I feel like there have been a number of runs in this game, Brian, where there's been more there. I mean, it's blocked for 3 yards clean for Najee Harris, and he's not really getting more than that. He either needs to make a guy miss, break a tackle, or something, especially smaller guys like Jalen Mills.
Shotgun snap. Wilson back to pass on second down. Steps up in the pocket. Tries to throw it. Flipped it and almost had it intercepted. Wilson was being pulled down from behind. He tried to shovel that ball ahead. Quincy Williams got a hand on it, but couldn't hang on, and now it'll be third down at about 6.5 for Pittsburgh. Michael Clemens was applying the heat from behind on Wilson.
Jets are doing a terrific job of when Wilson steps up in the pocket, they're collapsing back and not letting him squirt out to run for a first down.
Steelers have not converted a third down tonight. They're 0 for 6. 3 receivers right, Wilson in the gun, Jalen Warren to his left. Pat Freiermuth, single wide receiver to the left. Wilson gets the snap, back to pass, looking, has time, going deep right side, got a man, it's Pickens, and it's tipped. It is caught by Pickens, and he goes down inside the Jets 40. Isaiah Oliver was in coverage. That ball bounced around about 4 different times before Pickens finally hauled it in for a gain of 36.
That was caught, it was intercepted, then it was caught, then it was fumbled, then it was caught, then it was fumbled, then it was caught. I am not kidding. Watch it on your phone later or watch it tomorrow. I'm watching it on the monitor. I've never seen anything like it.
That was incredible. From the Jets 39, first and 10. Wilson under center, takes the snap. Back on a play fake, rolling right, throws short right. That one is caught. It's Darnell Washington with his third catch of the night, but this time he is hit immediately by Quincy Williams. It'll be a gain of just a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. I appreciate your description on that Pickens catch. It was way better than mine. You're right. You described it perfectly.
Well, because you called it live, I was watching the monitor here, and, you know, you couldn't tell just how many times that ball exchanged hands and then bounced up into the air a couple times as well.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap. Wilson will give it to Harris. Cuts it back. Started to his right, then his way back left. He crosses the Jets 35. He takes it down to the 34-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4. And now 3rd and 5. Tack McKinley with the tackle for the Jets.
Much better job by the Jets' run defense this week than last Monday night against the Bills. Done a pretty good job for the most part. This could very easily, Ryan, be 4-down territory. Wouldn't shock me if the Steelers ran it here.
Twin receivers left and right. Wilson in the gun. He's got Jalen Warren to his left. Play clock shows 9. Wilson gets the snap. Blitz coming. Wilson looking, throws deep right side for Freiermuth. And Freiermuth is able to make a tumbling catch inside the 15 and the 13. He beat Jalen Mills. It looked like he got grabbed. And then Freiermuth, tumbling to the ground, was able to hang on. The Steelers are back in the red zone.
And Freiermuth's a little bit banged up after that. I think he landed on the football. Anytime in these third downs, the Jets are not disguising what they're doing. I mean, it is a blitz, man coverage, so the Steelers had a man beater. It was a rub route for Freiermuth to get open.
I formation behind Wilson, 1st and 10 from the 13. Wilson changing something at the line of scrimmage. Hayward is the fullback. Receiver in motion from the right. Here's the snap. Wilson back, handoff Jalen Warren, up the middle of the 10, inside the 5 and down to the 3. Well, that time the seam opened up. Ashton Davis made the touchdown-saving tackle. But Jalen Warren bursting up the middle for 10. It'll be 1st and goal.
And that's the right word right there. He's got a different burst than Najee Harris. There's value in having 2 different runners there that kind of have different styles, different speeds, because the defense overran that one and Warren hit it right behind him.
Wilson will line up under center, offset eye behind him. Here's the snap. Wilson, handoff Jalen Warren, up the middle and nowhere to go this time. Runs right into the Jets defense. They're all yanking at the football and trying to pull it out. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and goal. Quincy Williams was the first man to hit him, the All-Pro from a year ago.
Well, Quincy Williams is all linebacker. I mean, he'd fit in well with any team, but I could see him being a Steelers type of linebacker. I mean, he is as violent of a hitter as there is at that position in the NFL.
9th play of the drive coming up. 2nd down and goal from the 3. Wilson under center. Freiermuth back in the ball game. Motions from left to right. Harris is the single back. Wilson takes the snap. Throws the fade. Left corner of the end zone for Pickens. Can't make the catch. He came down with it, but out of bounds. Good coverage by Sauce Gardner. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Wilson didn't get the snap cleanly there, but he still got it up to Pickens. Pickens jumped before he needed to, and I think Pickens could have drawn the PI penalty if he had come back into Gardner. My promise to you, Ryan, is if I was ever a receiver, I would be an expert at drawing pass interference penalties. I don't know why these guys don't do it more often.
3rd down and goal from the 3. Wilson will line up in the shotgun. He's got Harris to his left. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Here's the snap. Wilson back, looking to his right, looking to his left. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Steelers looking for a flag. They're not going to get it. Van Jefferson went down around the goal line. I think the officials are going to say that he just got his feet tangled up. And that's going to bring out the field goal team. Boswell will try to put Pittsburgh in front.
He got tripped up by Jalen Mills. It was incidental contact. And here's my other promise to you, Ryan. If I was ever a DB, I would become an expert at incidental contact that doesn't get called.
Boswell is made from 46 and 29. This will be from 21 to give the Steelers the lead. Here's the snap, ball down. The kick from Boswell is on the way, and it is good. So Boswell 3 for 3 on the night, and the Steelers on top by 1 with 7:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's the Steelers 16, the Jets 15. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter. You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Time to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood 1, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tomorrow night, 2 games on the network. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern, Ravens and Bucks. And then the Cardinals will be at home against the Chargers. Thursday night, the Vikings will head to L.A. to take on the Rams. Next Saturday, college action, Missouri at Alabama. And next Sunday, we'll be in the Bay Area for the Cowboys and the 49ers. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. 16-15 Steelers. 7:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. Steelers certainly happy to have the lead, Ross, but 1st and goal at the 3, unable to get into the end zone. The Jets turn them away.
Yeah, it feels like a missed opportunity. You get 1st and goal at the 3. I mean, heck, the Eagles could have just done 3 tush pushes for a touchdown in that situation. The Steelers, not only did they not get a touchdown, they really didn't have any good opportunities in all 3 of those plays.
Would you have enjoyed the tush push in your days as an offensive lineman in the NFL?
I would enjoy the success of it. I would not enjoy being at the bottom of that pile.
Boswell with a wobbly kick taken by Gibson around the 2, across the 15, out of the 20, cuts right, and he is slammed down shy of the 25. Boy, what a tackle by Jeremiah Moon, a former Raven. We have seen some big hits from the Steelers tonight on special teams. And the Jets will start 1st and 10 at their own 23. So Rodgers back out there with the Jets offense. Rodgers 15 of 22, 184 yards and a touchdown tonight. Also that costly pick before halftime. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends right. Rodgers in the gun, takes the snap. Back to pass, looking, swings it out right side for Hall, and it's incomplete. Threw that one too far out in front. And Landon Roberts was right there. In coverage, it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
You know, we don't say this very often, Ryan, but it's been a very, very quiet night so far for TJ Watt. Sometimes when you watch a Steelers game, you feel like he's Thanos, like he's inevitable. The timing is just when, right? When is TJ Watt going to make his huge play that makes a difference in the game?
Jets will go empty with 3 receivers right, 2 left, 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 23 of New York. Rodgers gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He throws down the left side. Got Wilson. It bounces, and it's intercepted by Bishop. His 2nd of the game. Down the far sideline. Cuts inside and out of the 20. Bishop still going to the 15. Inside the 10. Still on his feet. Dragged down at the 1. Devontae Adams prevents the touchdown. That ball hit Garrett Wilson right in the chest. Popped into the air, and Bishop picked it off. And now the Steelers are on the doorstep at the 1.
So that was a perfect throw by Aaron Rodgers. That should not be considered an interception. That's the thing that bothers me. I mean, it hit him right in the 5, bounced right back to Beanie Bishop, and what a return by Bishop, almost going all the way and getting a chance to score there. Terrific hustle by Devontae Adams. If they don't score a touchdown here, we need to talk more about Devontae Adams. If they do score a touchdown, then who cares? Just nice hustle.
That was a great effort. I mean, he left his feet diving to bring down Bishop from behind. So the Steelers have it inside the 1, 1st and goal. Harris is the running back. And now there's a whistle. Somebody's hurt on the far side. Somebody is hurt over on the far sideline and being looked at, and the officials stop play. He's not that far off the field. Can't see who it is. The Jets player that is surrounded by trainers. I can't tell what number it is, but one of the Jets players is being looked at. It's one of the offensive linemen. That's Xavier Newman, who is in the game for Elijah Vera Tucker at right guard. And he is hurt. So we will step aside with 7:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. Steelers 16, Jets 15. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24 monthly bill credits eligible traded on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credits stop and balance on required finance agreement due. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Back in Pittsburgh with 7:22 to go in the third quarter. All of the Jets have moved over to their sideline and are standing in a circle around Xavier Newman. We're told from downstairs that Newman is on his back. They have removed his face mask, and they are bringing the cart out. Now, Ross, looking at the replay, Newman got blocked. It appeared that the back of his head hit the ground after a block by Patrick Queen. He was on his feet momentarily, and we don't have a shot after that, but you can see him hit the ground, stand up, but obviously went back down and is now being attended to. They have the cart out. All of the Jets players and coaches are circled around him. Several have taken a knee in prayer for Xavier Newman.
You know, Ryan, on the one hand, I feel good about the fact that he got up and we could see on the video that he got up. But the fact that he obviously went back down and they're bringing out the cart for him after he had stood up is very concerning.
Mike Tomlin is walking across the field to get some information and also to offer some support. We'll step aside again. 7:22 to go third quarter. Steelers 16, Jets 15. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Try Barbasol 1919 Classic Shaving Cream. This modern-day non-aerosol formula features enhanced ingredients, an exceptional glide, and crisp fragrance for a shave experience like no other. Learn more at Barbasol.com.
Barbasol. Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Most tax pros, leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Just believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Back in Pittsburgh, Xavier Newman is on a stretcher. They have him strapped down. They are loading him onto a cart right now. All the Jets players remain circled up around Newman. And Ross, I know you played this game for a long time. Will you keep a good thought for Xavier Newman? And this is tough on everybody. You see this happen to one of your teammates or one of your competitors across the way. Kind of puts things into perspective about what we're doing here.
Well, there's no question. And I think it's important to note that anytime it's a head or neck injury or potentially a head or neck injury, they exercise as much caution as possible to try to make sure they give him the best care possible.
And they were being very cautious with him. We are told they did remove his face mask before strapping him down to the board. Now again on the replay, you can see Patrick Queen block Newman. He stumbles backwards a couple of steps, goes down on his back and appeared to hit the back of his head on the ground, but then stood up. And after that, there is no camera shot, so we're not quite sure what happened after that. They are driving him back up the tunnel, and obviously we'll be taking him to a hospital for evaluation. Just a really, really scary situation. And you wish the best for Xavier Newman.
And I've been, Ryan, in situations like this a couple times. It's hard to describe, but the first play after that, it kind of feels like slow motion, almost like you're in a fog, right? Because you just witnessed something like that, and it's scary and all that. And then the second play afterwards, it's like nothing ever happened at all. It's hard to explain, but this first play is just kind of weird and awkward. And then if there's a second play right after it, it's almost like you have a short memory and you don't even remember.
So the Steelers from their own one. They'll line up in the I. Wilson under center. Harris is the tailback. Wilson takes the snap. Here's a sneak. A shove from behind by Hayward. No signal yet. They're coming in to look. The official on the far side briefly marked him short, but now I think they're talking about it. Did Wilson get in? Steelers obviously are saying yes. And now the officials agree. Touchdown, Russell Wilson, a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers increase their lead, now up 22-15 with 7:04 to go in the third quarter, and the extra point try coming up.
Well, it must have been by the push because it didn't look like he broke the plane with the initial surge there. It looked like the Jets actually did a pretty good job of stopping him just shy of the goal line.
Connor Hayward shoved him in. Now Justin Fields, 5 rushing touchdowns this year for the Steelers. Wilson now has his first. And Boswell coming out for the extra point try. It is a scoring play. All scoring plays reviewed. I think this is one, Ross, where the call on the field is big because I'm not sure you can overturn it either way based on what we've seen on the monitor so far.
Well, they haven't confirmed it yet, and I'm not expecting them to confirm it. I'm thinking that they're going to have to take a longer look at it. But to your point, there's just so many bodies in there. I don't know how anybody could ever know for sure what happened with Russell Wilson underneath that.
All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free. Sponsored by Pfizer. Visit VaxAssist.com to schedule your pneumococcal vaccination appointment today. That's VaxAssist.com. Well, it looks like now they're saying it is going to stand as a touchdown. Although everybody is just kind of still milling around out there.
The ruling on the field of touchdown is confirmed. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 7 minutes and 15 seconds. 7:15 on the game clock, please.
Ross, we got another look at it. I mean, Russell Wilson just disappears into a sea of bodies. I don't. If they had said he was short, I don't think they could overturn that either.
Well, I don't know how you can say it's confirmed. I mean, I can hear how you would say it would stand.
Here's Boswell for the extra point to give the Steelers an 8-point lead. The kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Steelers have scored 14 points off 2 Jets turnovers, and with 7:15 to go in the third, the Steelers lead by a score of 23-15. And while the one before halftime, you can say, I don't even know if you can say that was a bad throw. It was a really good play by Beanie Bishop. But that last one, Ross, as you pointed out, it was a perfect throw. It hit Garrett Wilson right in the chest, but popped into the air, and Bishop gets his second INT of the game. And Wilson cashes it in with a 1-yard touchdown run.
And this has been the Jets this season, right? It's like they take turns making critical errors. You're not going to win games when your Hall of Fame quarterback is throwing a bad pick at the end of the first half, or your all-pro aspiring first-round pick receiver has the ball bounce right off his chest, right into a teammate.
So Boswell will kick it away. Gibson back deep along with Davis. Jets led this game 15-6 and looked like they might be on their way to tacking on more before halftime. And suddenly the Steelers have turned it around. Here's a high short kick taken by Davis on the run at the 5. Up to the 10, 15 to the 20, slips and falls, gets to his feet, and then is taken down at the 25-yard line. Davis just slipped and went down on his stomach, and then as he got up, Connor Hayward was able to make the tackle. Live from Munich, the Giants square off against the Panthers on NFL Network. Rise, shine, and watch Sunday, November 10th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network and NFL Plus. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Terms and conditions apply. Ross, you love the overseas game. We've been to London together. Great opportunity to go over there and see the NFL.
Oh, it's, I mean, listen, if you adore the sport like I do, you want people internationally and everywhere to get a chance to watch it and maybe even get a chance to play it. It's the greatest sport in the world.
Shotgun snap to Rodgers on 1st and 10. Handoff, Breece Hall patiently picks his way forward along the left hash. He's out to the 30-yard line to the 31. His forward progress is stopped there. Gain of 5. Peyton Wilson will get credit for the tackle. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 5 as we tick down to 6:50 to go in the third quarter. Steelers 23, Jets 15.
Something interesting to watch, Jake Hansen, second-year man from Oregon, is now in at right guard because the Jets' first 2 right guards have been injured. A lot of times, Ryan, your next man up is pretty competent, but sometimes the guy after that, not so much.
2 receivers left, single man right, 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Rodgers. Play action fake. Looks, throws over the middle. Caught by Lazard at the 40. Angles left across the 45. And he's taken down by James Pierre. After a nice gain on the play, it'll be a first down, a gain of 14 on the catch and run by Alan Lazard.
Seems like, they've got all these guys, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, all these big-name guys. But it still seems like Rodgers is most comfortable when he's throwing it to Lazard. I mean, Lazard already has 5 touchdowns this year, had 6 catches, 114 yards last week against Buffalo.
Pistol formation here, Jets at their own 46, 1st and 10. Mike Williams is on the field for the Jets at wide receiver. Here's the snap. Rodgers will hand it off, running right side, big hole, haul across the 50, 45, and he's all the way down to the Steelers' 40. Peyton Wilson made the tackle. But a huge hole opened up that time for Breece Hall. They'll mark him at the 41. It's a run of 14 for Hall.
Really well blocked by the Jets up front. And there were a couple of Steelers defenders there. Hall has a special burst. I mean, there are times where it feels like the Steelers think that they got him, and he just has that extra gear to split a couple of defenders in black and gold.
11 carries, 39 yards for Hall. 1st and 10 for the Jets. Trips left. They're at the Steeler 41. Shotgun snap to Rodgers. Play action fake. Flips it out left side, incomplete. Over the head of Hall. He had pressure coming right at his feet. I think that was Highsmith again that was in there and forced Rodgers to get rid of it. So while we haven't said a lot about TJ Watt, Ross, Alex Highsmith has been in the backfield several times tonight.
He has, and here's why. They are almost always accounting for Watt with a second guy. They are not going to let TJ Watt wreck the game. Or if you're going to slide to TJ Watt, or you're going to chip him or have a tight end over there, you're going to allow the other guy to be one-on-one.
Slot left, single man right, 2nd down, 10 Jets from the Steeler 41. Rodgers wants the shotgun snap. He's got it. Handoff, Braylon Allen running left to the hash marks, inside the 40 down to about the 37. Keanu Benton with the tackle. And now a 3rd down, an important 3rd down here coming up for the Jets. With 4:48 to go in the 3rd, they trail 23-15.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that this is once again 4-down territory for the Jets. You think about where they are right now. I mean, it depends on how many yards they get here on 3rd down, but it's not a situation where they necessarily have to get all 7 yards here on 3rd.
They're 2 of 6 on 3rd down tonight. They have not converted a 4th down this year. Shotgun snap to Rodgers, back to pass, looking left, flips it ahead to Hall, makes the catch, running inside the numbers, diving across the 35, short of the 1st down to the 33. That's going to leave him 2 yards short. It'll be 4th and 2 Deshaun Elliott made the tackle. The Jets are 0 for 3 on third down this year.
And this is exactly what I was talking about, right? You get to 4th and 2. It's decision time for interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich. I think this is the right decision. That's a decently long field goal. You're down by 8. At a minimum, you would think the Jets would at least do a hard count, try to get the first down for free.
2 receivers left, 3 right. Fans on their feet waving the terrible towels. Play clock down to 3. Rodgers back in the shotgun. He's got the snap. He's back to pass. Fires over the middle. That's caught by Mike Williams inside the 20 for a first down. Deshaun Elliott with the tackle. And man, does that have to feel good for Williams. At the end of the game last week, Rodgers threw the pick, a pass intended for Williams. He told the media after the game that Williams ran the wrong route. Williams did not practice the first couple of days of this week. There was a thought that he may not be on the roster by the time the game came around tonight, but he makes a huge catch there to move the sticks.
How can you do that to the team he's going to be playing for tomorrow? With all the reports that he might get traded to the Steelers.
Here's the snap to Rodgers, back on a play fake, sets his feet. Rodgers under pressure, rolling to his right, throws to the right corner. It is incomplete. Nearly a great catch by Garrett Wilson coming back to the 2-yard line. He planted his feet, he stretched out, got his fingertips to the ball, but couldn't hang on. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Boy, it's interesting watching Rodgers out there. You know, it's rare that a player plays long enough that they look old. He plays old. You know, when he runs or moves, you can tell he doesn't move nearly as well as he used to when he was a younger player. There's some stiffness there.
Adams lines up, slot to the right, single man left, 2nd down and 10. Ball is at the 17-yard line of Pittsburgh. Pistol formation, and now Rodgers has to burn a timeout, but I think a flag went down before he called it. Let's see. Rodgers asked for time, but I thought that flag came out.
Prior to the expiration of the play clock, first charge timeout. New York, 30 seconds.
I know every official in the world will disagree with me on this, Ross. I think Aaron Rodgers just got a call. Because that looked like the play clock had run out, the flag had already been thrown, and then he asked for timeout, but they give it to him.
So what I think happens, and I agree with you, but I think what happens is if the guy even motions to timeout, like it's almost like a baseball, tie goes to the runner. In football, tie goes to the timeout.
You know tie goes to the runner is not in the rule book, right?
Is it not?
It's not in the rule book.
Well, then why is that what everybody says?
That's a great question because it's not in the rule book. Somewhere along the line, it just became one of those unwritten rules.
Wow. Well, baseball has a lot of those.
They do have that. 2nd down 10 from the 17. Trips right. Rodgers in the shotgun. He's got Hall to his left. Rodgers motions out to his right. Play clock at 5. Here's the snap. Rodgers fakes the handoff. Fires right. Batted down by Watt. Well, we were just talking about, we haven't said much about him. That time he got into Aaron Rodgers' face and swats that one away to make it 3rd and 10.
Told you it was about time, and it was a good job by Rodgers, frankly, just to even get rid of that ball. Because TJ Watt, one of the few times he was one-on-one, he just made Morgan Moses, the right tackle, whiff. And if that wasn't going to be a quick pass, it would have been a sack.
10th play of the drive coming up for the Jets. It's 3rd down and 10. 3 receivers right, single man left. Conklin, the tight end, in motion from left to right. Rodgers gets the snap, back against the 5-man rush. Throws a fade, left corner of the end zone, incomplete. Overthrew his intended target, Mike Williams. Joey Porter was in coverage, and on 4th down, the field goal team is coming out.
Joey Porter Jr. is a heck of a player, isn't he? I mean, he looks like he's running these routes better than the receivers. Anytime Rodgers tries to test him on these fade routes, Joey Porter Jr. is running the routes better than they are.
So here is Greg Zuerlein. This will be a 35-yard attempt for Zuerlein, who also had a tough week, missed a couple of field goals on Monday against Buffalo. Morstead to hold. Here's the snap, ball down, the kick from Zuerlein is blocked! It is blocked, it'll roll through the end zone! And this time there are no flags! And the Steelers will take over an 8-point lead with 2:37 to go in the 3rd. And look at the special teams. They are mobbing Danny Smith, the special teams coach, down on the sideline.
They love that guy. Everybody that's ever played for him loves him. He was my special teams coordinator in Buffalo in 2003. It was just a push up the middle, and it was a terrific job by the youngster, Dean Lowry from Northwestern. Just came in to the Steelers recently after all those years with the Packers.
At Green Bay, Minnesota. Now here, not playing a lot defensively, but a big special teams play there. So the Steelers will take over at their own 25, 1st and 10. There's a fan on the field. And she is going to be escorted off the field by security.
I was curious as to how hard this security was going to tackle her. That was actually a really good job of breaking down, staying under control, and corralling her without knocking her over. I thought he was going to come in and lay her out.
Did not have to do that.
But with the speed he came out there with, I thought he was about to unload with a blindside hit. Instead, he just stopped and held her up.
Did show some nice jets, some nice burst. Getting off the line. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 25. Wilson under center with an I formation behind him, receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Wilson fakes the handoff, rolling to his left. He dumps it off for Washington again, makes the catch, and he'll be ridden down after a gain of 1 by Sherwood. I think the Jets have seen enough of that play. The first couple of times, big yardage. The last 2 times, very short yardage for Darnell Washington.
But now Russell Wilson needs to throw it to Hayward. I keep telling you, on that same play, Cam Hayward's brother, Connor, is open. He needs to just throw it to him. That would have been at least 4 or 5 yards.
They give him a gain of 2 to the 27, 2nd down and 8. Slot right, single man left. Pickens is wide to the right. Harris is the running back. Here's the snap. Handoff. Harris, he is wrapped up immediately. Boy, Javon Kinlaw was right there. And the minute Harris got his hands on the football, Kinlaw wrapped him up. No gain, 3rd down and 8.
It was an inside trap, and the thought was the Jets will be flying up the field thinking it's a pass, and we can hit a trap right underneath them. But Javon Kinlaw, really nice job adjusting his path there and making a tackle.
Steelers 2 and 9 on 3rd down in the game. This is 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers right, single man left. Wilson in the shotgun with Jalen Warren to his left. Wilson puts his hands to either side of his helmet, takes the shotgun snap. He's back to pass, under pressure, rolling right, throws right, caught by Warren, turns back inside. Warren's got the 1st down over the 35, upended at the 37. Ashton Davis with the tackle, gain of 10. What a run after the catch by Jalen Warren.
That was a terrific play, too, by Russell Wilson, because Broderick Jones, the right tackle, got beat clean inside by Will McDonald. So Wilson had to escape that way, and Jalen Warren did a heck of a job finding a way to make a couple guys miss. Just great change of direction there.
Man, he stopped on a dime and turned back inside. Davis, who made the tackle, is shaken up. He's being helped off to the Jets sideline. He looks a little woozy as he heads off. That Jets secondary has been beat up. Without Michael Carter, their nickelback coming into tonight. No DJ Reed, their starting corner. Tony Adams left the game earlier tonight with an injury. So they are getting thin back there in the back end. Meanwhile, the Steelers maintain possession. 1st and 10 from their own 38. Clock moving down to 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Steelers lead by 8. Wilson under center. Warren is the single back. Receivers left and right. Wilson takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Jalen Warren straight ahead across the 40. Gets low, covers up the football, and burrows his way toward the 43. C.J. Mosley with the tackle. Gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Steelers should only have to run one more play here and be able to take it to the end of the quarter if they run the ball. It's a nice 1st down gain there.
Inside 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball is on the far side, right hash of the 43-yard line, 2nd and 5. Pistol formation. Now Warren will move from behind Wilson off to his left. 3 receivers to that side, including Jefferson, who sprints right now back out to the left. Wilson wants the shotgun snap. He's got it. He'll fake to Warren. He's rolling to his left. He throws short left. That's caught by Pickens on the sideline. Pickens trying to shake a tackler and leans forward. Should have the first down. He's got it as he leaned out to the 50. Kendall Sheffield and Jamie and Sherwood combine on the stop. And on the final play of the third quarter, the Steelers pick up a first down on a gain of 7. End of 3 here in the Steel City with the score. The Steelers 23, the Jets 15. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What's up, college football fans? It's Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich here from Gramlich and McLean. Wake up with us every single morning on SiriusXM Channel 371.
Join us each day at 7 a.m. to get the most in-depth ACC football coverage. We're giving you post-game recaps, player and coach interviews, as well as picks for your favorite team each and every week.
Coast-to-coast coverage every single day. It's football season, baby. Let's go.
Gramlich and McLean, weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern on ACC Radio, SiriusXM Channel 371.
Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Mark Andrews.
Battle Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He breaks another tackle. Godwin down the sideline outside the numbers to the 10. 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Ravens call on Sirius 83 XM 225. The Bucs call on Sirius 162 XM 226. In the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on SiriusXM FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every post-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left-foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
From the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United turn it round.
All on your radio home for the beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
The Premier League lives on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Caught by down to the 10 to the 5. Welcome to the NFL. Touchdown Chargers.
Take on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Murray fires middle of the field. Caught Wilson into the end zone. Touchdown.
Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hear the national broadcast on Sirius 161 XM 230. The Chargers call on Sirius 85 XM 228. The Cardinals call on Sirius 158 XM 229. In the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. I'm Ryan Radke along with Ross Tucker. The start of the fourth quarter is sponsored by Mr. Clean. The Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to provide a clean up to 10 times more powerful than sprays. Just wet, squeeze, erase. 23-15, Steelers on top as we start the fourth quarter.
I wonder what Robert Saleh thinks about it being presented by Mr. Clean. I always kind of thought Robert Saleh looked like Mr. Clean a little bit. The recently fired New York Jets head coach.
Do you think Robert Saleh is watching the game?
I think you have to, right? I mean, he's probably just so curious. Maybe not. Maybe it's too painful.
Shotgun snap, handoff on first down. Harris outside left 40. Down to the 35-30. Cuts back 25. Inside the 20. And out of bounds, close to the 15. Will McDonald runs him out of bounds. And for one of the first times tonight, Najee Harris found an open lane running down the left side. They'll mark him out at the 16. It's a gain of 34.
Yeah, that's just an old school power play where the right guard, McCormick, comes around. He got a terrific block on the linebacker from Dan Moore, the left tackle. And you said it, Ryan. That's the first real room to roam that Najee has had so far tonight.
Wilson under center on 1st and 10, takes the snap, turns, hands it off. Harris running left outside the hash marks, inside the 15, down inside the 13, close to the 12. Sherwood with the tackle, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6 from the 12-yard line. 23-15, Steelers on top, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh looking to go to 5-2 to start their year.
Still a lot of time, obviously, but I'm mentioning it just because it is critical that the Steelers go up by 2 scores here, right? So obviously you want the touchdown, but protect the football. No fumbles, no interceptions. You got to go up 2 scores.
2nd down 6 from the 12. Wilson under center with receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Hand off. Harris cuts it back left. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Down to the 4. It'll be 1st and goal. Isaiah Oliver made the tackle. But now we're seeing the strength of Najee Harris running angry there to pick up 7.
Well, and on those few plays, the Jets had their backup defensive tackles in. So now, after that last play, Leonard Taylor and Lecky Fotu are out. Quinnen Williams and Javon Kinlaw back in.
They'll mark it at the Jets 5. It is first and goal. 14 carries, 77 yards for Najee Harris. Single receiver left is Pickens. Freiermuth in motion from right to left. Wilson takes the snap. Handoff Harris running left out to the numbers, and he gets stood up just across the line of scrimmage. Maybe about a half yard on that play for Najee Harris. Jamie and Sherwood led the charge. Second down and goal coming up from the 4-yard line. Well, remember, the Steelers had a first and goal at the 3 and had to settle for 3. Now they've got second and goal at the 4. Trying to extend this lead, which right now sits at 23-15. Pickens, single wide receiver, split left. 3 tight ends in the game. Wilson under center. Freiermuth in motion from left to right. Wilson takes the snap, back on a play fake, looking right, pumps, pulls it down, now rolling left, throws to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Pickens tried to make a diving catch. Gardner was in coverage, and that'll bring up a third down and goal from the 4.
They had it, too. I mean, it was a nice fake, and Pickens was in straight man-to-man coverage against Gardner, and after Russell Wilson rolled out like that, Pickens got open. If Wilson didn't throw that on the ground again like he did some of his earlier throws in the game, that would have been a touchdown. That's a missed opportunity for the Steelers.
So a third down and goal. 11th play of this drive. The Steelers have taken over 5 minutes off the clock. 2 receivers right, Wilson in the gun with Warren to his left. Wilson changing something, takes the snap, back to throw, looking right, throws right, got a man, it's caught for the touchdown. Van Jefferson, he broke wide open, and Wilson put it right on his numbers. Jefferson's first touchdown catch as a Steeler, and Pittsburgh has extended the lead with 12:09 to go in the game. Pittsburgh 29 and the Jets 15.
Nice play design there from Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. A little bit of a rub route. Jefferson was in the slot. Pickens was outside. Pickens came inside. Everybody was worried about him. Jefferson wide open.
Boswell's extra point is up and good. And it's a 15-point Steeler edge. 12:09 to go in the game. Steelers 30, Jets 15. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Never miss a snap from your favorite school on SiriusXM.
Breaks the tackle. Down the sideline he goes.
The top games across the country are delivered right to you no matter where you are.
Wide open at 25, 15, 10.
From now until Championship Monday, go to SiriusXM.com/college football schedule to find out where to hear your school.
On 4th and 1, that's 53 more.
In your car or streaming on the SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday,
1:30 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Straight Talk Wireless 400 from Homestead Miami Speedway on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes!
With the SiriusXM app, you can hear your hometown announcers all season long. Just search for your team on the SiriusXM app and tap the star to save it as your favorite.
I'm Bruce Murray.
And I'm Rich Gannon.
Join us Monday, noon Eastern time on the SiriusXM Blitz. We'll recap the Super Bowl rematch between the 49ers and Chiefs, as well as the Vikings, Lions, Texans, Packers, and the new-look Jets after taking on the Steelers.
Plus, we'll discuss the Ravens and the Buccaneers and the Chargers visiting the Cardinals for Monday Night Football and all the other news around the league.
So don't miss these SiriusXM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon. Monday, noon Eastern time on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
12:09 remaining in Pittsburgh. Steelers lead the Jets 30-15. 24 unanswered by the Steelers. And Ross, this stadium, which toward the end of the first half had gone lifeless, has roared back to life here behind their team.
Boy, have they ever. It's just wild how quickly things can turn in sports, and in particular in the NFL. It felt like the Jets were firmly in control of this game. They were up by 9, 2 scores, and here we are, not even that long ago.
Boswell drives one to the back of the end zone. It'll take a hop up and over the back line. And the Jets will start at the 30. Ryan Radke, Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Pittsburgh. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. So the Jets in desperate need of an answer here. 1st and 10 at their own 30, down 15. Plenty of time left. Still 12:09 to go here in the Steel City.
Well, that's the
trying
thing.
to end this 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan. That's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of time left for the Jets. Plenty of time, but this is a pretty darn good Steelers defense.
And off Breece Hall, running left. Hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Joey Porter got in there to bring him down for a loss of 1.
Hear me now, believe me later. Joey Porter Jr. is an all-pro player. I don't know if it's first team, second team. He is a fantastic player. The coverage has been on point. He's done a terrific job in run support. Rodgers trying to get the Steelers out of position here.
And now a flag goes down. There was movement.
False start. Offense number 5. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Ross, that's the second time tonight that Garrett Wilson has been called for a false start.
I don't know what the deal is there.
Well, you called it. Rodgers was trying to get the Jets going, catch the Steelers in a sub, and Garrett Wilson just kind of leaned forward.
Well, Garrett Wilson moved because the Steelers' defense was moving around laterally. I don't know what he's looking at. You're on offense, looking at the ball. That's what should be your cue to move, not the Steelers' defenders.
Move it back to the 24, 2nd down, 16. Shotgun snap, Rodgers back, looking left, throws left, caught by Hall, wrapped up and dropped immediately. Down at the 28-yard line, Deshaun Elliott made the tackle. And now it'll be 3rd down and about 12. Excellent tackle by Elliott.
This is a huge play. I mean, 3rd and 12 is not easy. It's usually TJ Watt time, but Jets are in a bad way if they don't get this first down right here.
Jets just 2 of 8 on 3rd down tonight.
It's got to be Devontae Adams time at some point, right? I mean, you just traded for him. He's the guy that Rodgers has the rapport with.
Adams wanted 2 receivers to the right. Wilson single man left. Rodgers in the gun. They need the 40 for a first down. Shotgun snap. Rodgers back. Steps up in the pocket. Has time. Fires down the middle. Caught by Lazard. First down. Across the 45 to the 46. Minkah Fitzpatrick was in coverage and made the tackle, but only after a gain of 18. Good protection, and Rodgers steps up and fires a strike down the middle.
It was awesome protection. So Rodgers had all kinds of time against that zone defense to wait for Lazard on the in-breaking route to free up in between those 2 safeties in the zone.
1st and 10 from the 47. Receivers left and right, shotgun snap. Rodgers fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking, checks it down short right, caught by the tight end Conklin, runs outside the numbers, and he's ridden down. Steeler defender jumped on his back and brought him down at the 48. That was Peyton Wilson. Short gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long. Back to the completion to Lazard. Ross, just looking at the replay before that snap, Lazard almost dropped it. That ball actually slipped through his hands and kind of settled into his lap, and he was able to corral it. Almost another huge mistake by a Jets wide receiver.
Steelers need to get some different defensive linemen out there. It seems like the guys that are out there are gassed. That's why you rotate different guys in.
2nd down 9, Rodgers in the gun. 3 receivers left, single man right, flags again. Another Jets false start.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's Tyron Smith, the 8-time Pro Bowler, who Ross has frankly just not had a very good year after coming over from Dallas.
Nope. I think maybe the Cowboys moved on from him at about the right time. And the other thing about that penalty, not only does it move them back 5 yards, it does give the defensive line a chance to get a little bit of a breather, because those last two plays, Rodgers had all kinds of time. It felt like the Steelers' defensive line had run out of gas.
Back to the 43, second down, 14. Shotgun snap, Rodgers back, fires over the middle, caught by Wilson at the 50, angles right 45, down to the 40, inside the 35, and finally tackled at the Pittsburgh 30. Garrett Wilson, an in-breaking route from the left, then angled right, picks up 27, and another Jets first down.
He is really good with the ball in his hands after the catch, because as soon as he caught it, Minkah Fitzpatrick was right there, and Wilson able to make a quick move to make it miss. You got to think, being down 15, that is probably pretty much all 4-down territory from here. I don't expect to see the Jets kick a field goal so they can call plays knowing that they have 4 downs to get 10 yards.
From the Steelers 30, first and 10, shotgun snap to Rodgers. Looks left, throws short left, caught by the tight end Conklin. And Conklin is ridden down at about the 25-yard line. So a short throw and gain there. Peyton Wilson, James Pierre combine on the tackle. Second down, call it 5 from the 25-yard line. Adams, one of 3 receivers, split right, single man left is Lazard.
Adams didn't even come in the huddle, so this has to be all hand signal, or else Garrett Wilson told him what route to run.
Rodgers just motioned out that way. Shotgun snap, Rodgers back to pass, under pressure, throws over the middle, knocked down, incomplete. Trying to throw a little screen there to Hall, and Keanu Benton, the second-year man out of Wisconsin, got a hand in there to bat it away. It'll be third down and 5 with 8:16 to go in the game. Steelers lead 30-15.
So sometimes a nose tackle will just sit there and wait for screen draw, or else sometimes the guy that's getting double-teamed will think, you know what, I'm not going to be able to get a pass rush anyway. I might as well sit here and wait for a screen draw. That's exactly what Benton did.
So a third down and 5. 3 receivers, bunch left. Conklin, the tight end, single man right. Rodgers in the gun, gets the snap. He's back to pass. Rodgers throws over the middle. Caught by Conklin, hit immediately by Elliott and dropped. Maybe a half yard. It is fourth down, and as Ross suggested, the offense will stay out.
Have to, right? I mean, you're less than 8 minutes now. Oh, they're going to quick snap them. Steelers weren't ready.
Yeah, the Steelers got a timeout. Where Rodgers has been so good at that over the course of his career. He got to the line of scrimmage quickly, and just before he snapped it, Mike Tomlin called timeout. And Aaron Rodgers just gave a little nod to Tomlin like, all right, you won that round.
Well, that was a good timeout by Mike Tomlin, because it was either going to be too many guys on the field for the Steelers, or it was going to be an easy throw for the Jets.
The copyright of tonight's broadcast on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited. So a fourth down and about 4.5. The Jets have converted on fourth down tonight, their first fourth down conversion of the year. They're now 1 for 4 on the season. 3 receivers go to the right, 2 left. Rodgers by his lonesome in the shotgun. They need the 21 for a first down. Rodgers lifts his right leg, gets the snap, back against the 4-man. Ross throws, and it's batted down, incomplete. It was Benton again. Keanu Benton bats down his second pass on the drive, and with 7:53 to go, the Steelers take over.
That is excellent coaching for the Steelers, right? Because you know Rodgers loves those quick slants, those in-breaking routes when he has to have it. So being able to get your hands up on a quick pass is beautiful.
7:53 to go, Steelers 30, Jets 15. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. used as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Scott Graham in our Westwood One studios. A look at the Week 7 scoreboard. Kansas City remains unbeaten. They knock off San Francisco in the Super Bowl rematch today, 28-18. Minnesota is no longer unbeaten. Detroit beat them today at US Bank Stadium, 31-29. Green Bay knocks off Houston, 24-22. It was Washington all over Carolina, 40-7. Eagles go to the Meadowlands, beat the Giants, 28-3. Seattle on the road gets a victory, breaks their losing streak at Atlanta, 34-14. Buffalo a big second half to knock off Tennessee, 34-10. It was Cincinnati 21, Cleveland 14. Indianapolis wins at home over Miami 16-10. Jacksonville at Wembley Stadium beats New England 32-16, and the Rams over Las Vegas 20-15. All of the details and post-game reaction coming your way when this one is done. For right now, though, back to Acrisure Stadium. Ryan Radke and Russ Tucker.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. 7:53 to go. Steelers take over, 1st and 10 at their own 25, leading 30-15. Russell Wilson under center with Najee Harris, the single back. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap. Wilson back. He'll hand it off. This is Harris running outside left. And Harris is fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage. Micah Clemens jumped on his back and brought him down. No gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Well, Ross, there's been a few Steelers defenders that have had big nights tonight. Beanie Bishop with a couple of interceptions. We've seen Alex Highsmith get in the backfield and make a pest of himself. On that last drive, Keanu Benton, 2 really big plays.
Terrific point. You're right. He was all over the screen pass, and then he batted it down. Seems like the Steelers always have guys step up that aren't really their bigger name guys, right?
No doubt about it. 2 receivers stacked right, single man left. Wilson back on a play fake on 2nd and 10. Plenty of time. Lobs it down the field. Wide open. It's caught. Austin to the 45. Up to the 50. Left sideline 45. Inside the 40 and out of bounds. Brandon Echols knocked him out. Calvin Austin was all by himself and picks up 36 yards.
You said it. The Jets got crossed up there. It looked like they were in man coverage, and Sauce Gardner not able to fight through the other defender. I mean, that's about as open as you get in the NFL, and it allows the Steelers to continue to just run clock. They should not snap any of these balls moving forward unless there's less than 5 seconds left on the play clock.
1st down and 10 from the Jets 39. Wilson under center. Harris the single back. Here's a handoff to Najee Harris. Straight ahead. Gets low and pushes his way down to the 35. Gain of 4. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Every Westwood One football broadcast this season now available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports. You'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. Ross, remember how poorly Russell Wilson was throwing the ball early? He's suddenly 16-29 for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns.
It's remarkable because I was thinking, man, this decision did not work out well for Mike Tomlin, but kudos to him for making it.
2nd down and 6. Wilson under center with an I formation behind him. Here's the snap, handoff. Harris runs outside the right hash, tries to cut back towards the hash marks, and is stacked up after a short gain. The crowd is booing because Harris bounced that one after contact. It seemed like they blew that dead awfully quickly. Sherwood and Mosley together on the tackle. Short gain on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 from the 33-yard line. Boy, it sure seems like they've let plays go on a lot longer than that this year.
So I think they should run it again here to keep the clock going and give Boswell a field goal attempt to be able to try to make it a 3-score game.
Jalen Warren in the game as the running back off to Wilson's right. Clock moving down to 5:07 to go. 3rd and 4 from the Jets' 33. Wilson takes the shotgun snap. He'll toss it to Warren. Running left along the number. Stumbles, dives, and it looks like he got the first down. He needed the 29. It appears he dove just across that mark. And that will be good enough for a Pittsburgh first down.
It's a toss crack, and they got good block from Van Jefferson to kind of seal the edge. Love that play call. Again, from the former Falcons head coach Arthur Smith. Running the ball was the right thing to do there to keep the clock moving and stay in field goal range to make it a 3-score game. They don't need to, though. They got the first down and can keep that clock spinning.
First down and 10, ball just inside the Jets 29. Wilson under center, single wide receiver to the right. Here's the snap, handoff Jalen Warren straight ahead. He gets taken down, wrapped up by Javon Kinlaw. Didn't slam him down, he kind of gently set him down after he picked him up. And that'll bring up second down and 11. The Steelers were 0 of 6 on third down in the first half. They are 5 of 6 on third down here in the second half.
Wow, isn't that something? And a lot of it, a couple of them have been runs, and they're going to be able to take this thing under the 3 minutes unless Jeff Wilbert uses his timeouts on second or third down. I mean, this is perfect for the Steelers to be able to get it under 3 minutes potentially and kick a field goal to go up 3.
Jets have 2 timeouts, second down and 11 from the 29. Wilson will toss it out to Warren, running left, cuts it up along the numbers, now bounces out across the 25, out near the 20, trying to stay in bounds and did. They'll wind the clock, and now the Jets will take their second timeout. They're going to mark the play dead at the 22-yard line, so that'll go as a gain of 7. It'll leave Pittsburgh with a 3rd and 4 with 3:28 remaining. Don't miss all the NFL action Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video when the Minnesota Vikings meet the Los Angeles Rams. Of course, you can also hear Thursday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. So a 3rd down and 4 for Pittsburgh. They've got it at the Jets' 22. You like sticking with the run here, Ross, and if you don't get it, just force the Jets to use that last time out?
1,000%, yeah. Because honestly, I mean, a field goal is almost as good as a touchdown at this point. And what's most important is that you get any score and that you make the Jets use that last timeout. I'd be surprised if they go to the air. If you do call a pass, you tell Wilson if it's not there, tuck it and run.
2 receivers left and right. Warren is the running back. Wilson takes the shotgun snap. Handoff Jalen Warren running straight ahead. Ducks his shoulder inside the 20. Got to the 19. And they're going to blow it dead again. And once again, the fans are upset. Warren with that second effort would have had the first down. It looks like they've got him marked just short. Clock is still running. The Jets have not called timeouts. Some pushing and shoving after the play, and the Steelers are leaving the offense out there. They're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th and about a yard.
Well, and Jeff Holbrook should call a timeout. I mean, he's letting too much time go off the clock. Whether they go for it or not, he should call a timeout.
Meanwhile, the Steelers are in the huddle. They just reset the play clock to 25, and now I think Mike Tomlin is throwing the challenge flag. He thinks that Warren got the first down. This Close Shave Instant Replay review is sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. Now, we'll hear from Sean Smith first.
Pittsburgh is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was shorter than the line of game. Players under review.
Ross, just to remind everybody, Mike Tomlin can challenge that Jalen Warren got the first down initially. He cannot challenge when they ruled his forward progress had been stopped. So they will take a look at this, and we'll step aside. With 2:44 to go, Steelers lead 30-15. Right now it's 4th and 1. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood
1. Something amazing is happening in animation. Studios are processing data faster. That's because CDW showed them new ways to maximize their infrastructure, then built a flexible Dell Technologies data solution. More automation led to reduced maintenance times and greater efficiency, so that creativity stays the star of the show. Dell Technologies and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Data Center.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
After review, it was determined the tail of the football was at the 19-yard line. We'll place the ball at the 19 and measure.
So there's the announcement from Sean Smith. They're going to measure. Right now, based on what we can see with the naked eye, they're going to be about a half-yard short, but they'll bring the chain out to check. You can catch the Rich Eisen Show every weekday from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations. And be sure to look out for 2 new podcasts from Rich Eisen Podcast. All the NFL hot takes you can handle on Overreaction Monday. And each Tuesday, download What the Football with Susie Schuster and former Raiders CEO Amy Trask. Get them wherever you get your podcasts. So the Steelers are short by less than a yard. 4th and inches, the offense is on the fields.
Pittsburgh loses the challenge in their second timeout of the second half.
So that becomes a Steelers timeout, which stops the clock with 2:44 to go. But Tomlin's going to leave his offense out there.
It is like an inch. And because of that, I support the decision to go for it here. This should be a quarterback sneak. I think they should do it either on a quick count or a hard count here. Get up under like a quarterback sneak, do a hard count. I bet you one of the Jets jumps, you get the first down for free.
Remember we saw Wilson with a quarterback sneak earlier to get in the end zone. Wilson takes the snap here, leans forward, going to be close. It's going to be very close. Wilson got hit almost immediately. He was able to lean forward, though, and as Ross pointed out, I mean, it literally was inches. So even though Wilson barely advanced the ball, he might have advanced it just enough. The clock is stopped with 2:29 to go. The officials are trying to get everybody unpiled here and spot the football. Sean Smith, the referee, has the ball in his hand, but there's still all kinds of bodies laying down. Where Smith's right foot is right now, it's short.
It is all about the spot.
Well, now he just dropped the ball. And now they're trying to get the Jets defenders. Now where they put the ball down, it would suggest it's a first down.
Easily.
And it is a first down.
And now Olbricht's going to challenge it. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so Jeff Olbricht will throw the challenge flag. He only has one timeout left, but he might as well challenge this.
That's the second quarterback sneak by Wilson that it's really hard to see where he is.
Boy, Javon Kinlaw jumped right over the top of the pile, basically, and grabbed Wilson right away.
Unbelievable play by Kinlaw.
Yeah, it really was, but Wilson got away just enough and then leaned forward.
New York is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner made the line of game. Players under review.
Each week on NFL Sunday, Scott Graham gets you up to speed on everything that happened around the league. Hear all the scores and all the key highlights. NFL Sunday, every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Find an affiliate near you or listen live at westwood1sports.com. Now, they'll take a look at this, Ross. Based on what we've seen so far up here in the booth, this kind of reminds me of the Wilson touchdown run where I just don't know that you can overturn the call on the field. I haven't seen anything that I can definitively say he did not make the line to gain, which was the ruling on the field.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. Both this quarterback sneak and the one that Russell Wilson scored a touchdown on, I don't think he got it either time. I really don't. I think he was short both times. But there's a massive humanity in there, and it's one of the real flaws in the sport of football is that it becomes so difficult to see where this brown oblong pigskin ball is when there's 20 men piled around it.
Javon Kinlaw really did make a heck of a play.
Unbelievable.
To get in there and grab Wilson.
I can't stress enough. He split the double team, jumped over the top, and was able to pull Wilson back.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Well, there you go. Again, call stands. You were surprised earlier when they confirmed Wilson's touchdown run. That time, they say call stands. That'll be the Jets' final timeout. And that'll basically do it for New York. Down 15 with 2:29 to go. And the Steelers have a 1st and 10 at the Jets' 18-yard line.
Stands is the right way to describe that because it definitely was not confirmed. It's almost impossible to tell. And now the Steelers, you would expect, will just run the ball. No penalties and protect the football, right? You cannot have a penalty that stops the clock and sends you backwards.
High formation behind Wilson. Russell takes the snap. Toss play, Najee Harris running left. Cuts it up along the numbers, and Harris is down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3 yards, and the clock will tick down to the 2-minute warning. Jalen Mills with the tackle. Nothing the Jets can do to stop it here, so the Steelers will just watch time melt away. Down to 2:09 to go. And the Steelers content to watch this tick all the way down to the 2-minute warning here in Pittsburgh. With the score, the Steelers 30 and the Jets 15. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
2 minutes to go. Steelers lead the Jets 30-15. Ross, you've talked a couple of times tonight about defenders who look like Steelers. How about just a Steeler-like drive here? They took over with 7:53 to go. They have run 5:53 off the clock and still are in possession of the ball.
This is an old school team. And for the Jets, it's just, they seem powerless. I mean, it was a promising start for them. This is going to be another head scratcher.
Toss play. Harris running right, cuts it up along the numbers. Harris spins his way down to the 10. That'll leave him about 1.5 yards shy of the first down. But again, the Jets cannot stop the clock. Down to 1:48 to go. By the time the Steelers snap it again, we'll be down around 1:14. Najee Harris over 90 yards now, 20 carries for 92, coming off 14 for 106 and a touchdown in Vegas a week ago.
I mean, the game's basically over either way. If the Steelers get 2 yards here, then they can just take a knee.
3rd down and 2. Jalen Warren checks in as the running back. Receivers left and right. Wilson under center. Play clock at 1. Wilson has the snap. Toss play Warren. Running left. Cuts it up along the hash marks. He's inside the 10, but not enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down coming up. Quincy Williams with the tackle. Mike Tomlin walking down. Tomlin may just let this run down to 1 second and take a timeout. There's 27 on the play clock, 57 on the game clock. Boswell is out on the field, but Tomlin right now has left the offense out there. Boswell is walking back toward the sideline. Now Tomlin again begins to walk down to the 10-yard line. I think he's going to let this tick all the way down. The Steelers are going to line up. Tomlin has a hand in the air to Russell Wilson saying don't snap it, and now does call timeout with 30 seconds on the game clock. The field goal team again started walking out there, but at least for the moment, looks like Tomlin is waving them back.
Well, I see Cam Hayward going out there and Russell Wilson coming in, so that would indicate they are going to kick a field goal. But, you know, the other move right there would have been to go with the hard count before Tomlin calls the timeout, see if you can get a cheap first down from the Jets. But regardless, the Steelers, it looks like they're going to kick this
I think they're leaving the offense out.
Oh, now Cam Hayward came back up.
Well,
now they're flipping again.
And when he went out, it looked like he was saying he was reporting as eligible. But he's walking back to the sideline. The offense is going to stay out there. They need about 1.5 yards for the first down. They've got Harris back in there. 30 seconds to go. Steelers try to put this one away on the 13th play of this drive. They need to get across the 9, not quite all the way to the 8. The ball is just inside the 10. Wilson under center takes the snap. He'll hand off to Harris, bouncing outside left. First down, inside the 5, all the way to the end zone. An exclamation point for Najee Harris and the Steelers. Harris jumps up into the stands, and Pittsburgh is on their way to win number 5. They lead 36-15. The Jets are on their way to a 4th straight defeat. Najee Harris caps it off with a touchdown run. It'll put him over 100 yards in the game, and the Pittsburgh Steelers will pick up a home win on Sunday Night Football. 30 unanswered by the Steelers, and Boswell out trying to make it 31. Here's the snap, ball down, kick is on the way, it is good. The Steelers trailed 15-6 late in the first half. They now lead 37-15, 31 unanswered for Pittsburgh, 27 seconds to go. Steelers are going to 5-2, and the Jets will drop to 2-5.
Nobody told Najee Harris to go down after he got the first down. I mean, the point, I think, of Mike Tomlin going for it there was to try to end the game with the football.
Heck, at that point, let him score. Why not?
Yeah, I guess, but you like to end the game with the football as much as possible.
10-yard touchdown run for Harris, 21 carries, 102 yards, and a TD. Back-to-back 100-yard gains for Harris, and a 7-minute and 27-second drive by the Steelers. Harris, he didn't just jump up onto the ledge, he jumped all the way into the front row.
Unbelievably demoralizing drive if you are a New York Jets player or supporter.
Boswell's kickoff into the end zone. Davis will take it 6 yards deep and drop to a knee. Well, a demoralizing game if you are a Jets supporter, Ross. They come out, they have the 15-6 lead. They've got the ball late in the first half. Aaron Rodgers throws a pick, and after that, the Steelers just completely flipped this game on its head. They took control.
It's a terrific point. That interception and the decision, I guess, to be aggressive in that situation, up by 2 scores, absolutely changed everything.
Rodgers lines up in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Adams outside, the number is to the left. Rodgers gets the snap. He's just going to hand it off. This is Isaiah Davis up the middle across the 40. And the rookie is out to the 43. Just his 4th carry of the year. 5th round pick out of South Dakota State. And I don't know if the Jets are going to snap it again. They're not. This game is over. The Pittsburgh Steelers, 31 unanswered, rally to beat the New York Jets 37-15. The Steelers go to 5-2. The Jets suffer a 4th straight defeat. They are now 2-5. A big win for Pittsburgh at home here on Sunday Night Football.
And a really big win for 2 men in particular. Mike Tomlin and the quarterback he believed in, Russell Wilson. Because it did not look good early, and really both of their reputations were on the line. Wilson picked up his performance, and Tomlin kind of looks like a genius as a result.
Yeah, Wilson got off to a rough start. I think it was 2 of 9 to begin the game. And we talked about it, a couple of throws that were bounced. But the Steelers come back, and all kinds of stars on the defense, including one we're going to talk to now. Joey Porter Jr. joins us from downstairs. Joey, Ryan Radke, Ross Tucker upstairs. Congratulations on the win. So much talk this week about the Jets offense. They bring in Devontae Adams. What the challenge is going to be like for you guys. But, man, your defense was really good tonight. What was the key for you guys to shut down New York?
Man, we just have to play our defense that we know how to play. Communicate, fly around, smack people, and tackle the football. So I feel like we did great today, and we just got to keep stacking these wins.
Joey, they tested you a couple times with the fade routes down the sideline. You weren't having it, man. I thought you might even get a pick on one of those.
Man, I was planning on that all week, so I'm just happy they tried me. I don't know why they tried me, but hey, it is what it is.
Hey, let's talk about your guy, Beanie Bishop, the rookie from West Virginia. Not one, but 2 picks. Did you know he had that in him?
I knew we all knew he had that in him. We were just waiting for him to show it. And man, he got 2 versus A-Rod, you know. That's a big accomplishment for a rookie. I told him you better ask him to sign the ball or something. He got to keep that.
Hey, Joey, late in the first half, 15-6, Jets have the ball. They just hit a 20-yard completion. They get aggressive, and Beanie gets that pick that turns into a touchdown. How important was that, turning the tide for you guys, something positive going into the locker room?
Man, that was a momentum switch. You know, we needed that. We needed that spark. You know, once they could turn on defense and get a good offense, a flip field, they're going to put it in the end zone every time, and that's exactly what they did.
Joey, congratulations on the win. Stay healthy. We'll look forward to seeing you later this year. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Joey Porter Jr. of the Pittsburgh Steelers as they pick up a 37-15 win. So many guys on this defense stepped up, Ross, whether it was Highsmith, whether it was Porter, you mentioned Beanie Bishop, Keanu Benton with some big plays late in the game. TJ Watt had a pass deflection late after not doing a whole lot. I mean, the Steelers just a real team win here tonight against the Jets.
And it felt like a critically important game for both these teams, right? For the Steelers, there's a big difference between 5-2 and 4-3 after back-to-back wins. And for the Jets, oh boy, it's going to be a rough week in Florham Park, New Jersey, again for the Jets.
The final score here in Pittsburgh, the Steelers 37, the Jets 15. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our Progressive Insurance Studios with the postgame report. Protect the stuff you love with Renter's Insurance. Visit Progressive.com. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
There are no tight ends that you can count on. We will tell you who to start.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morris.
The wife of Brianna Stewart, star of stars in WNBA, is receiving homophobic emails wishing death upon the couple. I know how real this is. What is it that we actually can do beyond these PSAs telling us to just stop hating?
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the SiriusXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
2K your way with SiriusXM channels designed to shift your timeline. Jump into the pit with hard rock and new metal on Turbo, Channel 41.
It's just one of those days.
Go hard all day with zeros and tens hip-hop on Flex 2K, Channel 49. Beats in the track. Or sink into your feels with alternative anthems on Alt 2K. Listen to all of these and more 2000s channels across SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios as we welcome you back to the Sunday Night Football post-game show following the Jets and the Steelers at Acrisure Stadium. Interesting matchup going into the night tonight. The Jets losers of 3 straight games, but only by a combined 10 points. And, of course, after their coaching change and the acquisition of Devontae Adams, what was this going to mean? The other side, for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4-2, making the change at quarterback and going to Russell Wilson for the first time this year.